Doing it live.
Doing it.
We are live.
Oh yeah, we're double live now.
Yeah.
That new shirt, Chris?
Yeah, I don't think I wore it for the podcast. It's still new. I had it for like a month.
Oh yeah, it's football.
So, well, here, let me show you what it actually is. Because it is football technically, but here you go.
Is that like one of the old Maddens?
Do you not know who Al Bundy is?
Oh, Al Bundy is.
Hey, come on. This is what his 4 touchdowns he talked about in the show. 4 touchdowns? That was his like. Hey, if you watch Married with Children, that's his life. That was his life accomplishment. He got 4 touchdowns in one game in high school.
Did you just say that's the first Madden?
This is the first Madden.
Well, I think this is picture. I can see the.
Oh yeah, I love Madden.
Yeah, Gorge's the big.
No, it's a class. I think it might be Tecmo Bowl. I don't know. It's one of those.
Welcome to the Blue Rubies podcast, episode number 64. I'm Adrian. Got Gore here. Got David here. Got everyone here. Literally have not. I think now we're officially. No, I think as of next week, everyone will be on here for a full year. I think, right? I forget.
No, we started like April.
Yeah, but there was one early episode, like 6 or 7, I think, that David missed.
Yeah, because I had to go to Salt Lake.
Yeah, go to that town. Anyway, this our video game podcast goes every Friday. We talk some video game news, do some trivia, do some funny stuff. So, let's see. For this week, PS5 Reveal, that happened earlier. So we're going to talk that stuff. Before we do that, really quick, our Games Gone By schedule is as follows. Nier Automata is on June 26th. Shadow of the Colossus is July 31st. And Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne is August 28th. From then, we'll figure out what we're going to do with Season 2, technically, I guess we'll call it, of Games Gone By. Maybe mix up the formula a little bit. Maybe take a break, too. Maybe we'll take a month off. I kind of want to take a month off somewhere in the middle there, too, just to fucking play other stuff. Anyway. Yeah, so the PS5 thing is going to be our big thing this week, but we'll get to that in a second. So, Dave, what'd you play?
Been playing a lot. Combination of video game ADHD and working on a review project.
Actually, hold on. Channel. I'm gonna derail that immediately. How's it been going back to your work?
Being in the office has been a wonderful thing, honestly. It's being cooped up in here. So my day before going back into the office has literally been, I wake up from my bed over there, I crawled over to this chair, and then I sat in this chair for the preceding like 14, 15 hours until...
Because you would finish work and then we just call you on Skype and you stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning. You're like, cool, yeah, that was 24 hours.
Yeah, and so that was my life on repeat. So going back into the office, like actually having to like wake up an hour early so I can properly shower and eat and be ready to drive out to the office and all that, and getting back into the routine of it has honestly been great. I have some great coworkers, and some of them have returned to the office as well. It's not a mandatory.
Like death? Like some of them didn't return back?
Yeah, some of them were just pepperoni and cheese pieces.
So what are you guys following? Are you guys like having?
They didn't have a death loop.
Because you guys are all like closed environment close by each other, right? Or is there?
No, well, I mean, some are, but the way we're doing it is the people that are allowed back in the first round are people that have their own offices. I have like my own little fishbowl at work, so that's why I can go back. And then we're currently set up to go ahead and structure it so that we're going to be redoing the office a bit, so that way we can span everyone out, but no one is scheduled per se to really come back to work proper until maybe around September, October, around that area.
Oh,
that's a long time.
But you're happy to be out there and doing stuff.
Oh, I am most assuredly happy to not be just strapped to this chair 24/7. It is nice being back in the office. Even just the small kind of coffee talk in between calls and everything else that I do at work, it is just mentally a great little refresher.
See, I was of the mind that I didn't really mind. I started doing Postmates this last week, and it's actually been super nice to just drive around all day. I literally spent like 10 hours the first day just driving around all day, and I was like, that was all right.
See, that would be great, too. Just being able to just actually get out and adventure around, because you and I have talked a little bit about this, and Chris, I imagine you probably have a similar mindset to Adrian and I on this one, but I haven't talked to you yet much about it. But I mean, I'm highly introverted. At the end of the day, I am perfectly happy being isolated and away from everything. But at the same time, just every so often, I need that just break of just having to do this.
It was just nice to have a concept of time for a second. Because
Yeah.
concept of time, if I didn't stream or if we didn't record this podcast, I would not know what day it is. Like, that's the only thing keeping me like on track with everything. That's why I'm doing half the stuff I'm doing. So I'm like, all right, so I know it's Thursday.
Right.
Cool. But yeah, it's been kind of neat doing that stuff too. It's kind of interesting seeing what people order food with now. Some dude ordered like $115 worth of sushi at some point, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be like some really nice house or everything. It was like kind of like really run down, and it was just the kids ordering it. I'm like, good for them. And I handed them the food. Instead of saying have a good day, I said have a good time. I didn't even think about it, so I walked back into the car. I was like, hell yeah.
Have a good time.
Yeah, have a good time. You got a lot of sushi.
Yeah, better eat that all soon.
Yeah, otherwise it gets smelly. But good. I was curious just because I know you were excited to break the monotony for once in your life.
Yeah.
Well, now
first time in his whole life.
Ever. He's stuck in there.
The monotony is finally broke.
All right, now we get to it. So then, what would you play then?
I've been playing a lot of stuff. They brought ray tracing to MechWarrior 5, so I finally picked that up. Finally put my graphics card to some use here, and absolutely gorgeous game. It looks fantastic. The ray tracing is still in beta though, and I can see why, because with it off, it is a pristine game that still looks good, but turning the ray tracing on when everything is still, fucking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful game.
Hold on, I'm gonna stand still. Oh, this looks good. All right, let me start moving.
Let me move. 7 frames a second.
But with it on though, the problem I run into is the screen tearing is horrendous.
Kyle asks, why the fuck does David have an RTX card, Lamau?
Because I have a 2070 Super. Why wouldn't I?
All right, get ready for some nerd talk.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Basically,
RTX, isn't that a Rooster Teeth convention?
Yeah, exactly. The Rooster Teeth Expo.
Yeah, I never knew ray tracing could be a thing in beta.
They've had dumber things in beta before.
There.
I don't have any examples, but I remember.
Sure.
I vaguely remember there being really dumb betas in the past for like just features. There, good.
Oh, but yeah, no. I'm still waiting on Doom Eternal because Doom Eternal is supposed to be getting ray tracing soon, and I really want to hold out until that finally gets that implemented.
Yeah, because that game is fuck ugly right now. We need ray tracing. It's garbage looking. Need ray tracing.
Why would I get one? Is the point? Why wouldn't I?
Fuck off, Kyle.
let the man own what he wants.
Kyle. Your name's Kyle.
Would you get mad if it was called Ray Tracer Gore?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't even know what it is anyway, so I don't care.
Call
it whatever your dumb shit is.
It makes games look all good, but it says Tracer, and it's like, fuck that. I'm turning it off.
Fuck that. Turn that shit right off.
It's just got a picture of Tracer with shades going across it real fast.
Oh, cool. And Ray, isn't that somebody from Rooster Teeth too? So, I'm just saying, I think that RTX is a little callback.
All right, Kyle and Dave are going to have a little nerdy tech fight here in a second.
Yeah.
Kyle doesn't know what he's talking about per usual when it comes to tech, so I'm just going to let it slide.
All right. Continuing.
Kyle's the king of spouting bullshit.
Love you, Kyle, but
I don't.
Damn, you gotta stop, kid. But yeah, so I've been playing some MechWarrior 5.
You just said I don't.
Nah, Kyle's good people.
Kyle's good people.
I guess.
He's fun to play life with.
Dumb stances with
sorry.
Trouble, whichever one. It's the same fucking game. Or what is it called? Ludo? I guess we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Anyway, what else have you been playing, David?
So the other things I've been playing a lot of Splatterhouse 2 and 3. It's been great to kind of go back.
How's the ray tracing in that game?
Ray tracing, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Woo. That blood, those pixelated squirts of blood, look good.
Great. But no, I've been playing those. Been playing a little bit of Double Dragon and Super Double Dragon. I have to go back and see if I don't think I have an original cart for Super Double Dragon, so I gotta see if I can quickly track one down. I don't think I'll be able to. But playing it on the way I'm playing it right now, it feels very. I don't remember Super Double Dragon being that unresponsive and unplayable. So I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit, and I'll get into what I've been playing on when we get to what we got, which will also lead into the video project I'm working on for us. But all in all, I mean, it's been kind of fun to go through some of those other games. I played a little bit more of Nier. I got one ending already in that. Buddy of mine just kind of happened to walk over. I was playing. He's like, "Hey, do this." I'm like, "Okay, got an ending."
There's one ending you can get pretty quickly.
Yeah, so I got one of those. But I'm still absolutely enjoying that game. I'm planning this weekend to really hammer down and put some time into it. But yeah, I've been just hopping around. Oh, and I've been playing a little bit of Adrian, what do we play on Sunday? It's Tekken 7. There we go. Adrian and I played Tekken 7, our fighting game stream. Fantastic to go back to. I kind of liked playing around and tinkering with weird different characters we don't normally use. That was a lot of fun. Other than that, nothing that I put like a huge chunk of time into that's worth talking about.
Guys, I love David's camera work on just the way he's positioned in this camera.
Yeah.
Look, I just decided to go full Dutch angle, you know? Gotta add some gravitas.
Dutch angle, and you're also like lower in the body. Like literally, like you take up maybe 30% of your own camera.
Yeah. Gotta make sure we paint with that canvas of a blank wall over there.
Yeah, that blank wall you promised in episode 1 will be fixed and look a lot better by episode
it's gonna be filled with stuff.
I mean, it's more full than when we started. If you go back and look at episode 1, there's a lot more shit behind me than there was day 1.
Yeah, well, episode 1, your camera also looked pissed yellow.
That's true, and now I use that camera for web meetings for work.
So now you look pissed yellow at all your coworkers. Good.
Yeah.
All right.
So why is it covered in piss? Ooh, smelly.
All right, Gore, what you been playing?
I played a lot of Overwatch because the double XP weekend.
How many levels you
was
get?
happening.
Yeah, I played that with you guys a lot.
I got yeah. I think I don't remember what I was before we started playing on Friday, but I think like maybe 25 levels. Not too many. I did a lot of my competitive stuff, so I did all my tank shit. Got some of the worst teams ever. And then I got like a couple of good teams for support. It feels like it's always like the support that lets us down.
Yeah.
Not that I'm amazing at support, but it's just like one of those things where like I make sure to keep people healed.
I get tunnel vision so much. That's my thing in support, where if I'm getting my ass kicked by one person, I just go like DPS more, and I know I shouldn't. I'm like, I shouldn't do this. I'm fucking everyone over, but I need to kill that guy.
Right.
And I'm like, you guys didn't fix it. I ended up spending like all 20,000 coins of mine.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let's look and see like what events are not going to happen for another year. So I knocked out all like the past anniversary, and I think I'm only missing the Moira skin from the Lunar, the last one, the mask Moira. I spent all my coins. I'm like, maybe I should have done that with Summer Games around the corner, but I mean, at this point I get duplicates so much. I don't get anything besides duplicates these days, so.
Yeah, I ended up breaking down and getting the Symmetro one, not Symmetro, Sombra one that was for the Chinese New Year that I missed out on.
The mask one's really good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
How have your DPS games going, or have you not played those yet?
I haven't played them because they took way fucking too long. So it was like 8-minute wait. I'm like, I'm not waiting 8 minutes. I'll do this fucking later.
Yeah.
I will tell you, when I'm in the tank, I'm fucking usually getting gold because the fucking at least gold and damage because fuck. Oh, we had a Sombra that wasn't doing a goddamn thing.
And were they in voice chat?
No, I turned voice chat off because
could you hear them?
The first 2 games. No, I turned it off completely so I didn't hear them because the first 2 games I started in tank, immediately someone was being a dick. Like, hey, no, we need this. I'm like, no, fuck this. I immediately was like, no, I'm not gonna hear that the entire game. And then the next game, I just completely forgot to turn it back on. And then I went to support because I put it on so it's either tank or support. So it's just give me which one. I don't care. And then I was support. And I was like, all right, let me hear what people are saying. And then there was just like one guy's like, hey, anybody here? I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. I'll wait a little bit to see if anybody responds. and then you can see him leave the chat or whatever. I was like, all right. So I was just like, screw it. The rest of the games, I'm just not going to.
Yeah, I specifically asked because Sombra is the dumbest character to play if you're not in voice chat.
Yeah.
There's no point. There's 0% point to play Sombra. It's like you gotta yell at who you're hacking or when you're gonna EMP. Otherwise, like, all right, cool, just guess whenever she's gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I hate when people just tell you to switch immediately. It's like,
well, nobody told me to switch, but they're like, oh, we need a mercy or something. I think someone said, which I agree with that, but I think he was about to say something about tanks. I was like, no, I'm done, because I was like quick with that too, because I was just like, first time I hear some bullshit, I'm gonna turn it off completely. I just want to get through this.
See, and usually when people say we need this, it's like usually it's true, but I like to let people just do what they gotta do first, because at the end of the day, I'd rather have someone playing their best character rather than like playing a shitty version of a character that they should be playing. You know, like, so if some guys like playing, if I'm playing Hog and they're like, hey, no, you need to be fucking Orisa. I'm like, all right, well, I'm a shit Orisa, so if you want that, sure, but I'm gonna play a lot worse.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I like Orisa.
Orisa's good stuff.
So you've been playing that. We also been playing Clubhouse games. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been playing a little bit of Clubhouse games. It's pretty fun.
It's fun, and the online's actually not bad. Like, I'm actually surprised at how decent the online is.
No.
I really wish bowling was online though.
Oh, is it not?
It's not online?
No, that sucks. That was fun. The bowling one. The motion controls work pretty well for that game. I feel like that's a big mistake though, because that's gonna be like, I feel like that if that was online, that would be one of their biggest.
That and darts.
People, yeah. I know some people would probably buy it just for bowling.
Right.
Just like how people just play Wii Sports for bowling.
I bought Wii Sports Club for bowling.
Yeah.
Because that was online.
Well, yeah, that sucks. But maybe they'll add it later. They might add more games. Yeah, I wonder if they'll add more games in the future. I mean, it'll kind of ruin the title of the game, but well, right now it doesn't make sense anyway because there's 52 things you could do. I mean, the 52nd thing is a piano. It's not a game, but still. Right. But yeah, it's fun. My favorite one right now is just straight up Connect 4. It's fun.
Connect 4
Play
is
it
really
online.
Good. Sorry was a lot of fun with everyone.
Yeah, Ludo, I think it's called.
Ludo,
right?
Yeah, it's called everything. What's the Uno game in there?
Last card?
Is that last card.
Oh yeah, because you guys were saying how I even have to call out last card on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it has all the skips and draws and everything on there.
Like Ludo, like what does Ludo mean? Is that Spanish?
Here's the real question.
Is that like a different language for sorry or something?
Yeah.
Like because a lot of them are just like, is it okay? But
do you guys like last card or Rabbids Uno more?
We played the last card once. I don't even remember what the rules were. It was like because it's a little different. It's a little different.
It's like a little bit different because like the stacking.
It had like draw 3, stacking, but it had like a draw 3 card or whatever.
And the presentation isn't as slick as Uno is because obviously that's like full on Uno. That's all they're producing, whereas it's just a game in this here. Same thing with the poker games. You know, the pokers, like all that stuff is like very basic in design, which is cool because that's kind of like the aesthetic of it, but it's not as slick. Like Uno is very slick. You can spend a while and then. The aesthetic of it, it's bright and colorful. It kind of keeps you engaged. Whereas last card is like on like a poker table.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a card.
Kyle does say that Ludo existed before. Sorry, by the way, he said. By the way.
Yeah, but that's kind of like how
I didn't know that.
Oreos. No one gives a shit about the original.
Well, again,
imitation was
Sorry
better.
and Trouble are the exact same game, except Trouble has a fucking little poppy die thing in it. Right. That's the only difference between Trouble and Sorry.
It's a really
exact.
It's a really good package, though. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how it turned out.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I was excited for it when they first announced it. I was like, oh, cool. But I was still a little worried. Like, it was going to be
I was excited for it, and then I just dropped off, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to grab it. And then...
I was a little worried about it, because I thought it was going to be one of those, like, like, mini-game compilations.
But, like...
where it's just kind of shitty.
Everything is too shitty, but, like, everything... Yeah. Like, the production value is very nice in here.
I'll say I don't like checkers. I understand what they're trying to do with checkers, where you're forced to, like, if you want to take somebody's thing, you're forced to do it, which will put you in a compromising position sometimes. Yeah. Like, I took one.
And that's not a rule. That's not a rule you can adjust, which kind of throws me off too. So, David, in checkers, if you play a move that forces someone to that gives the option to someone to hop over a piece, they have to hop over your piece.
Yeah.
Oh, that's stupid.
So it really sucks because then like there'll be times where like I have to do it, even though I want to make this because you can't make any strategies then because you're like, oh, I want to go here, but I don't want to take the piece yet. I'll just let it survive and like
or you'll
move
kind of
other
like bait
pieces.
someone out there, like, oh, if he hops over here, I'll fuck him up like right here.
Well, I like about checkers.
But it's kind of fun. It would have been a nice rule because it's kind of fun to force people to do stuff because you're like, all right, I'm gonna force you to hop here and then you're gonna be right there and I'm gonna fuck you up right there.
Yeah,
but
I
it should have been a rule. It should have been like an option to swap it around because that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean I get it if they want to make it quick game because checkers can they can't checkers don't last longer than chess, but checkers can last like 10, 15, maybe even more.
Sure, but fucking President lasted fucking 2 years of my life.
Let's not even talk about President. Kyle will say how much he understood it.
We'll do a rank series of that, and I'll be on the bottom.
Yeah, I only played about 12 of the games so far. You know what was really good though? I forgot what it's called, but it's like I think it's called like I want to say it's kind of like Conquer Squares or something. Contra, yeah. No, it's like you make like boxed.
The lines and boxes, yeah.
Yeah, the lines and boxes. Is that what it actually is called? So. That one was pretty fun. You just make lines, and you have to as soon as you make a box out of the 4 lines, you take that box and
stuff.
Have
you ever played that before, like on paper?
I've heard of it, but I never called it lines and boxes. So.
Yeah, I forget what it was called.
Because it's a simple game
like that.
Yeah, it's a simple game you can play anywhere as long as you have paper and a pencil. But yeah, no, I mean it's
there's a lot of cool games in there, a lot of fun things, and I like the variety too.
I like how simple they are.
Right. And like I said, the online, I'm actually quite surprised at how easy it is to hop in and hop out of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Proves that Nintendo games are capable of decent online for once.
Very emphasis on decent. Like this is like standard for everyone else, but like above and beyond what Nintendo can do.
Yeah, it's like perfect comparative to everything else.
Right. Anything else, Score?
I played more Nier. I'm like 5 hours in, so I'm not even like the first time I played it, I got like 15 hours in, so I still need to get there. It's like God of War, where I'm just like it's like I have to get to the middle point where I stop playing the fucking game. But I'm at the amusement part, I guess I'll say. But
okay.
That's very early.
Anything else?
No. I think that's it.
Pretty much all that. I also started Nier today.
Yeah.
I got just past the beginning part where you end up back on the ship.
Right.
And that wasn't much further behind from where I was. I think I literally started like the first mission where I was on the planet, and then started walking around. I found a little village there, or like a little group of people there, and I think that's where I stopped.
It's pretty much right after the first part is where that is.
Yeah, so I never got far. So it's pretty much gonna be mostly a blind playthrough for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna start in that. I'm gonna hopefully start cracking that out so I can get that out of the way earlier rather than later. I don't think I've been playing anything else. It's pretty much been Overwatch and then that and Clubhouse. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's it, baby. All right, Gorge, you got anything this week?
Yeah, I got plenty of stuff actually. All right,
Clubhouse,
so
that's digital.
I got Clubhouse. I got digital. I don't really talk about my digital games, but I guess I will mention I bought the Witcher card game. That's like an adventure game. Yeah, Thornbreaker.
Yeah, I bought that too.
It was $10,
and it's also on Game Pass right now.
I also bought there was like an aerial like dogfighting game. I forgot what it's called. It's like you shooty with a little plane. I forgot what it's called, but it was like $3 and it has online multiplayer. So I think it's still available.
Yeah, tell me because that sounds good.
Yeah, it's still. I just got it yesterday. So it's in the top like 30 maybe of best.
I'll look right now.
So yeah, look, I forgot what it's called. It has like a generic name. I think like Aerial Man or I don't know. Aerial plane shoot kill dogfight.
Aerial plane man shoot kill does not exist.
Yeah,
do you see Threadbreakers on Game Pass now?
Yeah, but I want it on Switch.
Yeah, I was kind of upset a little bit. I was like, no, I'd rather play it on Switch anyway. Whatever.
Yeah, I bought it yesterday when I bought that dogfight shoot man game. So I was okay. It was $10. I don't give a shit. Yeah, that's good. But even though I heard it's a very long game and it's very story heavy, that's still gonna be a game I want to play. It's a card game. Gotta play that on portable.
So is it actually just Gwent but with like a story?
It's Gwent with a story. It's improved Gwent though. It's apparently not exact Gwent.
I really want to play the Gwent. I still want to play that Gwent game.
You're gonna want to because you are who you are, David, you're gonna want to pick it on GOG because you will get exclusive stuff for Gwent if you connect your account to there. If you get it on any other platform, you won't get that.
Is there a crossplay, or actually, is there any competitive to it, or is there just single player story?
I think it might on GOG, but on Switch and on consoles, it's single player.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah.
Half the fun of a card game is competitive.
Yeah, Gwent. Anyway, so I bought a Game Boy Advance SP bundle, but I already sold one of the SPs because I got two, so I can't show that one. It was flame red. It looked nice, but I do have the other SP, which is the black and silver one. I think it's Onyx and whatever. Fuck, I don't care.
Oh, I don't know. I can't find that Game Gore.
Maybe it's on sale. I bought it yesterday. I forgot what it's called.
I was looking at the top 30.
Maybe it's not in the top 30 anymore. I thought I saw it in the top. Oh, you know what? I probably saw it in the top 30 of the deals section. That's probably where I saw it.
I'll look there.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, it should still be on sale. I think it was like yesterday. Maybe it was like late 2 days ago. I don't know. But I was like, ooh, dogfight shoot game, man, or whatever. I'll play that. But anyway, I got this SP. I also got this nice little original DS. The hinge is broken.
Air Conflicts.
There you go. That's it. Air Conflicts. That has like 8-player multiplayer. It looks pretty good actually. So for $3, hinge is broken on that.
Yeah, I'll grab it. Whatever. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Is that an easy fix or?
I don't think so. I think you have to not replace it. I'm pretty sure you have to like remove this and just like. I'm not actually too sure. Yeah, you could probably get this part taken off and then. I don't know. I'm gonna say no. Anyway, this one's really cool because it's like silver and red. I've never seen that one before actually. So that might. Oh, you've seen this one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Is that a modded one?
It might be. Yeah, looking at it.
That might be why it's broken, right?
That's the guy just said it broke while playing or something, but he didn't tell me why it was silver and red. I asked him too. I was like, because the way he showed pictures was like it looked like it was two DSs that he had, because he showed just this side, like the side of it, and then when he showed another picture, it was open like this, so it looked like it was completely red. So I was like, is there a silver and red one and a red one? And it was like, no, it's just a red and silver one. I was like, I've never seen that before, so I was like, whoa, okay, that's weird. But anyway, that's pretty cool. And it came with a bunch of games. The best one is Pokemon Blue. I already have that. So, well, actually, this is technically the best one. Shrek Fairy Tale Freakdown. That's the best one. It's like a $3 game. Carmageddon, which I forgot they even released one on the Game Boy. Mario Bros. Deluxe.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. Crystal Quest. Of course, you gotta have Tetris. Gotta have Tetris. And the Game of Harmony.
eHarmony, the game.
eHarmony. Anyway, yeah, and the last two things I got this for $15. Mega Man Star Force 2's Zerker X Sarion. I don't know who the fuck
David knows that one.
It's like a $40 game, so I had to get it. And this one I'm actually gonna keep. Okamidon. Okamidon. Got that for 13.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
Got that for 13. It's like a $30 game. I'm keeping that. And the last thing I got, actually, I forgot. Oh, I have another thing too. Shit. Okay, so I have more. Remember. I got the Bob Funko Pop.
Yeah, that's a good pop.
That looks really nice. Oh, that's a really nice Funko Pop. See, some of these pops don't even look like pops. Like his eyes are already kind of shaped like that anyway in the game. So.
Right, and I think those ones are usually the best looking ones, are the ones that don't look like.
Yeah, and this was $9 I got it for. I know you got it for cheaper, but it was out of stock on GameStop when they were having their sale.
Like $5.
Yeah, I got it for $9 on Amazon. And I forgot I ordered this. I'm not even kidding. When it showed up, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I opened it. I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "All right, cool." And this is the Sonic the Hedgehog vinyl from the movie. It was like $20. When I got it in the mail, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
And it comes in a giant like vinyl.
Yeah, it did, and I that's not true. I didn't open it up and go, "Ooh." I looked at my email and saw like I got a delivery confirmation from some fucking website I never heard of. I was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I bought fucking
I don't
Sonic
buy vinyls.
You know what? I've gotten into buying vinyls, but usually just for like video game stuff. I mean, that's a movie, but it's a video game.
It's a good one though.
I don't know why I bought it. I don't even know. I think I just saw. I was like hyped because of the movie. Also, I think the vinyl looks pretty cool. It's like it has like a blue.
It's a stained blue.
Yeah, it's a stain. Yeah, it has like a splash of white on it. It looks really cool. I didn't open it yet, so you have to look it up yourself. Oh yeah, you got my boy. There he is. Anyway, it was like $20 too, so I was like, "Fuck, I don't care." Anyway, that's it.
All right.
Two quick things. Shout out to the chat. Stingray mentioned that they have a blue SP. That's really cool. I got just the black one myself here. And I looked it up. In Australia, there was a silver and red DS.
Really? They look like that?
Yep.
Cool. You got yourself an Australian DS.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, mate. Kangaroo
says, get a 2DS XL before they all get discontinued. I actually am contemplating upgrading to a 2DS XL.
David, you're wrong. This says it's made in China. How foolish are you? I'm seeing if it says anything like.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me see it, Gore. Put it up to the camera, really quick. David is stupid. Oh, that's weird.
Wow. How did I miss that? Oh, yeah, it says right here.
It's in the fine print, you know?
Yeah, David is stupid and a poopy head. That's a little weird.
That's weird.
It's a little childish, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's kind of a mature Nintendo, but alright.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what the hell, Miyamoto?
Wait, hold on. It also says Nocturne sucks. That's weird.
Oh, no. Why? Was it even out by then?
That's really weird because Nintendo, brought a lot of the Shin Megami games onto the 3DS, so you think they're
they didn't bring Nocturne for a reason, though.
That's true. That game sucks.
All right, David, what'd you get?
A lot of things. So digitally, let me pull up my game database here real quick. So digitally, I actually only got two things: MechWarrior 5, as I mentioned earlier, and Total Annihilation Commander Pack. For physical stuff, sadly, this is not original case. It's a reproduction case. But I did finally get my hands on one of my grails that I'm missing from my collection, Persona 2 Eternal Punishment.
That looks good. I've seen some reproduction cases before because I wanted to get a Xenogears reproduction case. And they look really good, except they put right on the front that it's a reproduction.
Yeah, the guy that made this one did that too.
Which is fine. That's fine. I'm not going to sell it anyway, so I'm not going to be a dick. But it does okay. You look at it and you're like, you look at the case and you're like, ooh, it looks good, but if for some reason, your eyes immediately divert to the reproduction thing on the bottom left. You're like, it's not that good.
It's like that video. I will prove to all men we will not look at.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything else. You guys know exactly what I'm saying. All right, cool, David. What else?
But yeah, so the other big thing I got, so this is something I pre-ordered, oh man, I think this was almost a year ago that the pre-orders went for this live, and I finally got this in the mail. I'm so excited. I've been ticking around with this.
It's a real doll.
I'm gonna dick around with this.
Oh, got it.
That's right. $5,000 on a real doll.
Yeah, is it the jackhammer thing?
Hey, yeah, you want him to spruce up the background, so now it's exactly. A real doll chilling out. Anyway.
But no, I picked up the all-in bundle for Evercade.
Okay.
So this is the limited edition black version that they had. They only did 3,000 one of that, so I got that. And with the all-in, I got all 10 of the game compilations that are currently released.
Damn.
They have 4 more announced, so I'll be throwing down for all those. One thing they do that I, as a collector, really like, but as someone with slight OCD, really hate, is they do numbering on. They do numbering on the sides here. I'm trying to find a good example of what I mean. Perfect. So for instance, you can see over there that there's number 4 and number 7 for it.
But the problem is,
there we go. But their interplay 1 and 2, so
that's annoying.
So we have it on the shelf. It's nice that it goes 1 through 10, but then you have like interplay split up in 2 different areas, so it's a little weird.
It's annoying. Yeah, I'd get a refund.
It's true. I should.
Are you really not buying Arcade 1-Up cabinet for Marvel's really Capcom?
Cool. I'm torn.
You can put it right there in the back.
Yeah,
right
that'd look fucking good.
That look cool. Waste your money.
You could say I'm gonna make a MAME cabinet, but it's gonna look good with that art there.
It would look good with the art. I believe they do use Sonwall parts in those, so it would make me tempted for it.
Look, Sigma says get the cabinet. He'll save it for his apartment.
Yeah, there you go. You can live with Sigma, and then you can both share it while you're kissing.
Oh. Sigma forgot who I even was and was talking to some random dude for like 4 years.
Yeah, it's because he loves you. That's why he forgot you completely.
Yeah, you also go by like 7 different usernames, so whatever.
That's true. Yeah, the Randall over here.
Randall, FS uninstall.
I'm gonna call you Randall.
Randall.
My favorite character from Clerks.
Excuse me, it's David the Base God to you.
Is that his name?
No.
Yeah, that was his name we joked about, right? David the Base God.
Oh, right. It was.
It was.
That's an inside joke.
Yeah. Well, now it's outside. There you go. That was literally the joke. We just call him David the Base God for no reason. now you're informed.
Now you guys are all tuned in on it.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys know.
There's no origin to that joke, really.
Nope.
Someone just said it, and that happened.
Slipped out of the mouth, and it just kind of stuck.
David the Base God.
But yeah, and then it came with a little collectible coin that I left downstairs and forgot to grab it. And it also came with this little pouch if you got the all-in version, which is kind of neat. But yes, I'm actually going to be doing a review of everything for the channel. It'll be one bit of original content I hate that. Not original content because everything we put on there is original. But it's just going to be the first like non-podcast.
It's really not.
We're just talking about stuff.
We're just recycling shit. I will say though that it's funny that he said it was a real doll, and you keep saying it's the all-in bundle.
Yeah.
So,
Stingray 51 goes, is it an outside joke if we're all inside? True.
It's a side joke. Neither in or out.
On the side.
Can you just be side? If you're like half, just side. I don't know. Because if you're not inside or out, if you're like in the middle, then what are you?
Like a side chick?
Sure. Whatever, to get us to the next fucking part of the podcast. Sure.
All right, David.
Here with that.
That's all I got. Yeah.
Someone told me a lame pun and I sighed. I get it.
Who said it?
Stingray.
And I sighed.
I get it. All right, is that it, David? You said?
Yeah, that's all I got for now. I'm still waiting on. Oh wait, no, I lied horribly.
My play doll.
Yeah.
You did good. I bet it's a clubhouse when you have her.
Hell yeah. All right, let's do this.
Gucci.
Let's see. This is topical now, actually. Shoutouts to Gore for the recommendation on this. I bought this. I was supposed to show this last week. But I guess I have it now. I have 13.
Hell yeah.
Topical now,
Remake's
baby.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
All right. That way.
Hell yeah, great game.
Yeah, that's what you said. So I saw it at the game shop for $5. I'm like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? 13. $5 for 13. That's a good deal.
I have a lot of things that are not actual video games, so I'm gonna show those afterwards. Another one for the GameCube collection I got for pretty cheap. Figured why not? Is Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Never played a Harvest Moon game in my life, but figured why
not?
Yeah.
You should play the original Harvest Moon. And then play Stardew Valley and see how much Stardew Valley just completely ripped that game off.
Should I play Harvest Moon before I play Stardew Valley? Because Stardew Valley is more streamlined at this point, or?
I think they're both pretty simple. I don't think Harvest Moon's like too complicated.
Okay. Got this last week. I forgot to show this off, but I got the Yakuza 6, and I got it for like $10, and it's the Steelbook edition too.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Or is it the Art Book edition?
Art Book edition. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got this today in the mail. Fucking excited for this, especially because it's kind of topical. We saw a trailer from that series today.
Resident Evil.
Got Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD, baby.
Okay. I forgot to buy that, actually.
Love this game.
It's a great fantastic game.
All right. Gore, you mentioned something earlier. You got something in the mail. You didn't know what you got.
Yeah.
However,
oh, you got two. There you go. Oh, you got the other version too.
Yeah,
right?
the gold. Oh. It's like a gold coin or not a gold ring.
Wait, when'd you order that?
Probably like the same time you did.
you just saw. I just saw it randomly on Twitter. I was like, all right.
Did you? Oh no, I knew when they were going up. I tuned in for that, and they had they have, I think, like 2 or 3 different special editions of this. I forget the other one, what it looks like, but the reason why I got both of them is this one's limited edition, but this one looks better. I think.
Yeah, the blue splatter one.
The blue splatter one looks better, but the gold ring is also limited edition, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll just sell one. I probably should.
Yeah, because the gold ring doesn't. I mean, I get it, obviously, but it just doesn't really.
No, it's just a gold vinyl, and it's
like vinyl,
whatever. But I think the blue splatter one looks a lot cooler, so maybe I'll just keep that one. But
yeah, I got a nice little vinyl collection going on. I got that Last Guardian one. I got that Death Stranding. Also, I got 2.
I just want to support that movie. That movie was fucking fantastic. So
yeah, well,
movie of the year.
All right, and then these two I'm actually super excited for. So, it's a certain Evil Villain's 80th anniversary, and yesterday just slide on so we can show it. Yesterday the collection of, let's see, what does it say? It's a 100-page super spectacular of this.
80 years?
Of Hitler. Joker.
Oh, Joker.
A lot of variants. I got this cover, which I like it a lot. There was a lot of cool ones, though. I almost got the more classic one, but this one looked cool. This one has like a bunch of different original stories from a bunch of different artists and creators. The reason specifically I bought it is because Greg Miller and Gary Whitta, who wrote Rogue One, co-wrote a story in here called Kill the Batman, and apparently it's really, really good. So grab that. But so I called. When they released they announced the release date, I was like, okay, cool. And everyone's kind of saying, hey, go support your local comic shops. I'm like, yeah, I should do that. I shouldn't just buy it on Comixology. I should go out there and help them out. So I called them up. I'm like, hey, Joker 8th anniversary, put one aside for me. And they're like, yeah, cool. They put my name up and everything. And then they called me and they're like, hey, it's here. I'm like, oh, it's a day early? Cool. I walk in and I ordered the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So what I actually got, which, I mean, I walked out. I was like, all right, cool. I'll just come back next day and buy that thing too. Well, I got this hardcover, which is the 80 Years, The Clown Prince of Crime. And it's pretty much a giant fucking retrospective with a bunch of different comics and interviews and stories and like history lessons of Joker. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that looks fantastic. So I'll buy the hell out of that. So,
I wish I could read.
Well, good thing about comics is they're mostly pictures.
Yeah, but I don't understand what they're saying.
Joker does bad things. Just know that.
Really? I saw the movie. He's a
sympathetic man.
He's a sympathetic man. I felt bad for him.
But super excited for those. Actually, I'm gonna read those very soon. I hear pretty much every story from the 8th anniversary is really, really good. Let's see. Digitally, I got Clubhouse Games. Also got Thronebreaker. Just bought that one game Gore was talking about, Air Conflicts. Gore, let me know if you're going to buy this. I bought this. David, you should buy it. You're not going to want to, but you still should.
I'll tell me what to do with my money.
Lethal League. Yeah, I saw it was on sale.
Lethal League Blaze, baby.
It was like $14 or something, right?
It's up 30%, I think. But
yeah, I think it's 14.
13 or 14. So I bought that.
Yeah.
Sigma, Casey, Kyle, you're all in the chat. Are you guys thinking of picking it up?
Yeah. Well, that's 5 people. Actually, that's 6 if I get it. So.
And we'll tell Samuel because he has a Switch.
So that's 7. Yeah. So we can't. Only 4 of us can play. So.
Which
I guess they could start up their own game.
You would think, yeah. You would think that'd be better because, like, oh, well, now some of us don't want to play. We could just balance it out, but it never works that way. Yeah. What's the difference? It's a sequel, pretty much. Sigma. It's people always like kind of update, but it's like whole different graphics engine and new characters and stuff like that. Lethal League is great. I keep telling David, he's like, no, that game sucks. Lethal League is great.
Lethal League is great.
To be fair, I've never said it sucks. I just said it's not my cup of tea.
How do you know?
Played it.
No, you haven't.
You have.
Oh. I'm sorry, you haven't.
All right, if everyone's picking up anyways, I might just bite the bullet and grab it and take her out.
We could do it for fighting games. That was at Evo.
Yeah, you can play that. Aren't you doing Game Beasts next?
Yeah, we are doing Game Beasts if you want to hop in for a...
Yeah, maybe I'll join.
All right.
Oh, thank you for actually mentioning Evo. Oops, gotta do something real quick.
Oh, where are you going?
Cancel.
I'm still gonna be here, but I forgot to sign up for Evo online.
Oh no, he fucked up.
Oh no!
You're not going, bro. It's too late. They got the last guy in.
No, they're still.
No,
Adrian,
it's closed.
I might enter. I don't know yet.
I'll enter.
I'll do it. Skullgirls with me.
I'll play it. I'll do it.
If I do anything, I'm doing Killer Instinct.
All right.
I'll do Soul Calibur 2. They're having that, right? Online.
I wish.
Well, Xbox 360 had an online version.
There you go.
I haven't played Soul Calibur 2 in years, so. That's my favorite fighting game ever, by the way. Not that that's saying much,
since I didn't talk about it, streams are happening. Yeah, so Sunday, Dave and I are streaming Gang Beasts. Saturday will be our finale, Hell's Kitchen, in which case the week after, Gore and I, which I might I might move watch parties to Friday, maybe. I don't know yet. I'm considering swapping around my days a little bit so I don't do Saturday and Sunday consecutively.
Right.
But I might do that. Either way, whatever day we do it on, Friday or Saturday, Gore and I are going to do a watch party of our own. And we'll stream that on Twitch, and that'll be kind of fun.
All right.
You done, David?
Just about done, yeah.
He was rejected.
I was about to say, if you want to set it up, I'm going to do trivia, and you can just hop out right now.
All right, I'm all set. No, I'm good to go.
Okay. Trivia time.
Trivia.
We're doing this. All right. David, as the winner of last... Oh, actually, I actually have some a funny detail to share about points.
Oh, yeah?
If you guys remember, 2 weeks ago, we had a wager on on the PlayStation 5 reveal, and whether or not there'd be a price, and it was a wager.
Yeah.
I have the result.
I remember not wanting to do this wager, but
listen. Let me tell exactly how it's gonna go down before I get comments on this. What's the score for trivia? Let me pull that up. Right, let me go pull this up right now, really quick.
3 and 8, I think.
I believe that is the yep. Gore with 8, David with 3. So we talked about this when the announcement was first put out there, or when it was actually being bullshitted out, and Gore got peer pressured into wagering a trivia point for this because David's like, well, fuck it, I don't have anything to lose, and Gore's like, well, I don't really want to. Anyway, let me tell this. So the wager was, will there be a price reveal at the event? Gore begrudgingly said yes. David confidently said no. As we all know, there was no. However,
what? I don't know. Don't you, however,
no,
me?
This is actually however.
Don't you, however?
Oh, do we have like a?
However, there was a caveat. It is literally. I pulled the exact quote out, just to be funny with it. So, Gore added at the end of this. By the way, this is only if it's next week. Quote unquote. If it happens in 2 weeks from now and no price, no points.
Fuck you. You got the lane.
Stupid. That is stupid.
Eat butt.
So, no points.
No points, sorry.
I literally, verbatim, quote, if it happens 2 weeks from now, literally exactly 2 weeks from now, and no price, no points.
You know, we recorded that on Thursday 2 weeks ago. So,
literally.
Sorry.
Fucking stupid.
Oopsie.
So, unfortunately, David, I'm sorry. You still remain at 3 points. Gore at 8 points. So, we're just going to go into this next trivia just as if nothing ever happened.
Yep. Sorry. Hey, if you're gonna make me, you forced me into it.
I didn't want to force you into shit.
You said I want to do it because I have no points because I suck.
And also, quote, the entire time we're talking about that, Gore's
like a bitch in your blood, Gore.
I said, all right, fine, let's do it. I didn't say no, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking.
Yeah, Gore specifically said the entire time, I really don't want to do this.
Sorry.
All
And
right.
don't act like you're like some genius because you guessed a yes or no question. Fuck off.
All right. So David, you won last time, so you got to pick heads or tails. What do you want?
Tails.
My favorite Sonic character.
Right.
All right, Gore, you going first?
Yeah.
All right, David. Even if you need to adjust your Evo registration, go ahead.
Yeah. Sign up for something else. You'll suck at it anyway, so no matter.
All right. So.
Feels good to win, even if I lose this trivia.
All right. If you lose, you're still double his points. All right. This one is a Ultimate PlayStation History quiz from How Stuff Works. So we have probably like 15 questions, I think. I haven't counted, but there's a lot of them. So let's just see who does better. Whenever you're ready.
Let's go.
All right. The PlayStation was first designed as a companion to this gaming console. The Sony Dreamcast, the Sega Genesis, or the Super Nintendo?
Wait, I'm sorry. Say the first one again?
The Sony Dreamcast.
Yeah. And then, what was the third one?
The Sega Genesis, and then the Super Nintendo.
But it was supposed to be like a Nintendo thing, wasn't it? I don't know if it was. I thought it was. I swear I thought it was supposed to be like a Sony had like it was supposed to be a Nintendo. It seems a little weird. I'll say Nintendo because I remember there being some vague thing about the Nintendo. I'll say Nintendo.
When did PlayStation first hit store shelves in Japan? 1990, 1992, 1994.
4. In Japan, you said, right?
Yes.
4.
How many PlayStations did Sony sell in the first month after release? 30,000, 300,000, 3 million.
First month. It's their first go. There's no way it's 3 million. I'll say 300,000.
Okay. What year did PlayStation hit store shelves in the U.S.? 93, 94, or 95?
95.
How many games were available for PlayStation when it first released? 17, 97, or 157?
When it first came out?
Yes.
Day one?
Yes.
Read the first two again?
17 or 97?
It's a big that's big. I'll say 17 because 97 seems a little bit much. So it might, maybe.
All right.
What you
remember? This is
remember. He's screaming at you. See him?
No, I
He's
didn't.
it's like going insane.
Like that?
What is he doing? What are you doing?
All right, whatever. We'll ask him in a second.
What's he talking about? What is he doing? There you go. What are you looking at, fucker? Fuck off.
Go.
Stop looking.
Right,
okay. Yeah, put your shit on. What's your problem? Why do you unplug it?
I don't get it either. I can't hear you.
No, you're muted, bro. You're muted.
Yeah.
Shut up. What do you mean, shut up? What do you want? We're still doing the trivia. You're talking.
I'm yelling at the Evo registration.
Why?
I've been trying 4 times because every time I go to check out because I want to go ahead and donate money to the organizational cause that they have going. So I'm like, yeah, I'll throw down $25 and get the little badge still and all that. Every time I click on checkout, the damn thing deletes my country registration, so I have to go back and hit edit, put my country back in, then it undoes my state, so I have to go ahead and put back in my state. Then it's like, okay, you're all set to purchase. So then I click on purchase, like, oh, you're gonna put your country back in, and it deletes my goddamn country.
All right, go back to your first world problems. We're not done doing trivia.
God damn it, Mr. Wizard. All right.
What do you call me?
Yeah, that's the guy who. That's
Mr.
the guy who
Wizard.
does it. Take your headphones off. I don't trust you. All right, never mind. All right. What was the best-selling game for the original PlayStation console? GTA, Gran Turismo, or Final Fantasy?
Gran Turismo.
All right.
For the original PlayStation, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
What year did Sony discontinue the original PlayStation? 98, 2004, or 2008?
I think it was I want to say it was like really late Because I remember there being like Madden games still released on PS1.
Stingray goes, have you tried turning it off and leaving it off?
Have you decided not to do it at all because it's a waste of time? I want to say 2004, but it
Final
might be
answer?
2008. It might be 2008. Fuck. I don't know. Because I'll say 2008. Fuck it.
All right.
No.
No,
Fuck.
all right.
Yeah.
No, I didn't click it yet.
I'll say 2004. Fuck it. I'll say 2004.
All right.
Watch, it's gonna be 2008. God damn it.
The PS1 came with a built-in screen. True or false?
No, but there is a version where you can get. I'm gonna just say false, but there is a version you can get that has a flip screen. I wanted it when I was a kid so badly, but
Yeah,
I'm
the
assuming it just means the PS1, right?
Right.
Just period. So no.
What year?
But there is a version where it does have a flip screen.
What year was the PS2 released? 98, 99, or 2000?
2000.
How many PS2 consoles did Sony ultimately sell? 50 million, 150 million, or 500 million?
150.
This is a pretty easy quiz. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
What year did the PS3 come out? 2004, 2006, 2008?
2006. No, wait. No. Yeah, 2006. 2005 was the 360.
The PS3 was the most expensive of the 7th generation consoles when it was released. True or false?
Yeah, it was definitely the most expensive. There's memes that still exist.
How many PS3 consoles did Sony sell by the time it was released? By the time it released the PS4? 40 million, 60 million, or 80 million?
I want to say 60. By the time it released PS4,
Yes.
I'd say 60.
All right. What year did Sony release the first portable version of the PlayStation?
Can I say it without the choices?
Yeah.
It was 2004, but let me hear the choices anyway.
It's only 2003, 2005, and 2007.
Okay, so it's 2005.
All right. What year did PS4 launch? 2011, 2012, or 2013?
Wait, say again? I'm sorry.
What year did the PS4 launch?
2013. 2013.
How many games were ultimately released for the PlayStation 2?
Over
1,000, 100, 1,000, or 10,000?
1,000. It was over 1,000, but...
All right. What was the best-selling PS2 game of all time? GTA San Andreas, Final Fantasy X, or SSX? I don't know why that was.
It's Grand Theft Auto.
All right.
Pretty sure it was a fun.
What was the first PlayStation console to allow online gaming? PlayStation, PlayStation 2, or PlayStation 3?
PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 had that online. I had it.
The PS3 sold more console units than any other 7th generation console. True or false?
Actually, false. Oh, actually, that's false. You said PS3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure.
Which of these features was lost between the PS2 and PS3? Ability to play DVDs, backward compatibility with games, or use of DualShock controllers?
I guess the DualShock, because you technically could do the first two when the PS3 just came out, but I don't think you could switch you can't use your PS2 DualShock. Like, is that what it means? Do you know?
I think.
Like because they use DualShock still, but it's not the same. I can't like use my old DualShock.
Yeah, I could see that being a weird question, so we'll skip that.
Yeah, that one's a little weird.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say the DualShock though. Put that for now.
Okay. When did Sony launch the PlayStation Network? 2002, 2004, or 2006?
Ooh, I think it was a little later. No, it might have been 2000. Yeah, I guess that would have been 2 years later. That's a hard question. PlayStation Network. I'd say 2002, but it might be 2004. No, it would be 2002 because SOCOM. 2002. 2002. I'll just say that.
When did DualShock controllers come out? 98, 2002, or 2006?
98, I think was. I don't remember if they called it DualShock though on the PS1 because they did have the analog sticks for. That might have actually come out with the PS2 though. Wait, what were the 3 years again?
98, 2002, or 2006?
No, it has to be 2000. I mean 1998. It's no way it was that late. Yeah, it has to be.
What did Sony call its motion sensing controllers?
Oh, the PS Move or the? Oh, you talk about the 6-axis.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
It was Move, Play, or Watch.
Oh, so either one.
Which system featured the tagline "Live in your world, play in ours"? The PS1, PS2, or PS3?
PS3.
Okay. How many PS2 units did Sony sell in the first 2 years after release? 40 million, 60 million, or 80 million?
For PS2, you said?
Mm-hmm.
For the first 2 years? Ooh.
First 2 years.
40, 60, or 80? I'd say 40?
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, 40. I think it really started picking up later when like Grand Theft Auto shit would come out. So.
How many PS4 units did Sony sell over the 2015 to 2016 Christmas holidays? 3.7 million, 5.7 million, or 7.7 million?
I want to say like 7.7 because I mean that console was selling quick. I'd say 7.7. I think I'm gonna go high.
What was the best-selling game for PS4 as of 2016? GTA 5, Black Ops 3, or Bloodborne?
Well, it's definitely not Bloodborne. See, that's hard because he said 2016. Grand Theft Auto 5 is constantly in the top 10 somewhere. I'm gonna say Black Ops 3, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was GTA, even though it was out already for 2 years on PS4.
What did Sony call its new portable gaming system, which was released in 2012?
Wait, I'm sorry.
What was the sequel to the PSP?
Oh, PSP.
There you go. I'm probably just skip some of these.
I thought you said it was 15.
Yeah,
Wow.
I could probably stop scrolling after a while. Yeah, we'll skip these last two. They're literally just slam dunk questions.
Okay.
All right.
Well, David's dead. Well, ask me them anyway.
I mean, they're the easiest questions on the planet, but all right.
Sure. Well, a lot of them have been pretty easy, so.
You can play PS2 discs in your PS4.
I fucking wish. That would be so great. No, that's a negative.
And then PSVR is designed for use with the PS4.
No, PS2. Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely like more like the casual gamer.
This is for
quiz, but
baby's first PlayStation
there are
quiz.
a few tricky ones in here though.
There's a couple tricky ones for sure. There you go. He's back. Perfect timing. Wait for him to plug everything in and unmute his mic, and yep, there he goes. He's plugging it in. There you go. He's fun. He's
Evo's registration site is the most jank shit ever.
You were asked, have you tried turning it off and leaving it off?
Yeah, have you ever thought of that?
No, I can't. I've never thought about that.
David will have to go kill whoever wrote the Evo order form.
All right, David, there's a pretty easy quiz.
David comes back with just covered in blood.
There's a pretty easy quiz, but some tricky ones that might differentiate you guys if you guys are bad. A lot of dates, so you might just get fucked.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You might
what dates? Come on, Adrian. That's my big weakness.
Yeah, David is not good at dates.
Hey, man. That's why he's single.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
He finally fixes his fucking camera. I was hoping it would go more and more left, and so you just
the corner of his face.
It's part of his face.
All right. First question. This is a pretty easy one, but there's some tricky ones that could split the score a little bit. The PlayStation was first designed as a companion to this gaming console: the Sony Dreamcast, the Super Nintendo, or the Sega Genesis.
Repeat that again.
The PlayStation was first designed as a companion to this gaming console: the Sony Dreamcast, the Super Nintendo, or the Sega Genesis. Okay. When did the PlayStation first hit shelves in Japan? 1990, 1992, or 1994?
94.
Okay. How many PlayStations did Sony sell in the first month after its release? 30,000, 300,000, or 3 million?
He fell asleep.
3 million. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, it might be. I was going low at mine just because it was a new console from it's the first PlayStation.
Yeah, I could see it being higher though because they had all that media going into it with the whole Fallout with Nintendo. Plus, it was the only major console that had a lot of CD compatibility. here stateside, the Saturn didn't really take off. Even though
that's why I thought it wouldn't do that because people are like CDs, ugh, yeah. And then they adapted it slowly, obviously, where we're using it still. But well, except for the Switch, the Switch is like fuck that.
What year did PlayStation hit shelves in the U.S.? 93, 94, or 95?
94.
Okay. How many games were available for PlayStation when it was first released? 17, 97, or 157?
When it first released?
Yes.
What are the options again?
17, 97, or 157?
1,000.
I'm gonna go with the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the best-selling game for the original PlayStation console? GTA, Gran Turismo, or Final Fantasy?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy. I feel like it could be Gran Turismo as well, but I'm gonna say Final Fantasy.
I'm gonna say this. That was like a question you guys had like
That's
2 weeks ago.
That's why I knew.
What year did
Well,
Sony?
I don't know if I got right, but whatever.
What year did Sony discontinue the original PlayStation? 98, 2004, or 2008?
2004.
Okay.
I had a battle with myself.
True or false? The PS1 came with a built-in screen.
False.
All right. What year was the PS2 released? 98, 99, or 2000?
2000.
How many PS2 consoles did Sony ultimately sell? 50 million, 150 million, or 500 million?
150 million.
What year did the PS3 come out? 2004, 2006, or 2008?
2004?
Okay. The PS3 was the most expensive of the 7th generation consoles when it was released. True or false?
Wait, what was the question?
The PS3 was the most expensive of the 7th generation consoles when it was released. True or false?
True.
Alright. How many PS3 consoles did Sony sell by the time it released the PS4? 40 million, 60 million, or 80 million?
80 million.
Alright, and let's see. What year did Sony release the first portable version of the the PlayStation? 2003, 2005, or 2007?
Portable version of the PlayStation. Do they mean like the
PSP.
PS1? Oh. I'm gonna go with the first option, whatever it was.
2003?
Sure.
Okay. What year did the PlayStation 4 launch? 2011, 2012, or 2013?
Well,
Okay. How many games were ultimately released for PlayStation 2? 100, 1,000, or 10,000?
10,000.
All right. What was the best-selling PS2 game of all time? GTA San Andreas, SSX, or Final Fantasy X?
SSX.
I don't know why they said SSX.
Yeah. Only fools would say GTA, obviously. I guess I could be wrong.
I'm gonna say Final Fantasy again.
Okay. What was the first PlayStation console to allow online gaming? The PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, or the PlayStation 3?
Technically, the Net Your Rosie model of PlayStation had online capabilities, but I'm not going to count that because I don't think where it was a mass market thing, it really counts. So I'm going to say PlayStation 2.
All right. The PS3 sold more units than any other 7th generation console. True or false?
That is false.
All right. I'm skipping this question because this one was kind of a weird one. I'm just gonna go ahead and just hit that. What year or when did Sony launch the PlayStation Network? 2002, 2004, or 2006?
2006?
Okay. When did the DualShock controller come out? 98, 2002, or 2006?
What are the options again?
1998, 2002, or 2006? When did the DualShock controllers come out?
98.
What did PlayStation call its motion sensing controller? The Move, the Play, or the Watch?
Move.
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 Which system featured the tagline "Live in your world, play in ours"? The PS1, the PS2, or the PS3?
Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. God damn, that's harsh.
I mean, we're all in quarantine. I don't care.
Yeah. Also, shout outs to random viewer spikes. Hello, everyone. What was the question again?
Which system featured a tagline "Live in your world, play in ours"? The PS1, the PS2, or the PS3?
2.
I do agree with your name though in the chat, even though you misspelled bullshit.
Bullshit.
Anyway, go ahead.
Where is Guru? That is Guru.
That's Guru now. He's done getting great deals at GameStop.
Oh, that man would fit in with facial hair here.
That guy was just being funny, so I just want
to...
Yeah.
How many PS2 units did Sony sell in the first 2 years after release? 40 million, 60 million, or 80 million?
60 million.
All right. How many PS4 units did Sony sell over the 2015 to 2016 Christmas holidays? 3.7 million, 5.7 million, or 7.7 million?
Last one, sure.
7.7.
These numbers don't mean anything to me anymore.
I can tell. What is the best-selling game for the PS4 as of 2016? GTA 5, Black Ops 3, or Bloodborne?
Oh, I misunderstood the question. Yeah, I lost.
I'm gonna say GTA 5.
Okay.
I misunderstood. I thought it was for that year. I didn't know as of 20. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. What did Sony call its new portable gaming system, which was released in 2012?
Vita?
Yeah, I'm going to give you the questions on the other ones. All right, and then I don't care about the last two. Silly questions. All right.
Silly questions.
Silly questions.
Just silly.
Just fucking silly. All right, let's go through this. The first PlayStation console was designed as a companion gaming to this gaming console. Both you guys said Super Nintendo. That is correct. When did the PlayStation first hit shelves in Japan? Let's see. Let me scroll up to David so you can see that. You both said 94. You guys are both correct. How many PlayStation did Sony first sell in the month after its release? Gory said 300,000. David, you said 3 million. Gore got it with 300,000.
Yeah.
What year did the PlayStation first hit shelves in the U.S.? David, you said 94. Gore, you said 95. The correct answer is actually 95. How many games were available for PlayStation when it was first released? You both said 17. You guys are both right.
97 would be ridiculous.
Yeah, right. What was the best-selling game for the original PlayStation console? Gore, you said Gran Turismo. David said Final Fantasy. We had this question a couple weeks ago. It was actually Gran Turismo.
That's why I remember.
Yeah.
Because besides today, I would never remember what Gran Turismo is. Today, Gran Turismo is two things. There you go.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo's back.
What year did Sony discontinue the original PlayStation? You both said 2004. You guys are both right. 2004.
Okay, I was gonna say 2008 because I remember seeing a bunch of shit still coming out, like mid 2000s.
Yeah, because I remember like 9 was like late or early 2000s when that came, like one of the swan songs.
But they would still make Madden games for PS1. I remember like going to the store and seeing Madden 2004 on PS1. I was like, what the fuck?
Really common. You can still find random Madden copies at some Walmarts.
Yeah, and I was thinking like how they discontinued the PS2 like in what 2011 or 12 or something like that.
Something like
it was like really late, yeah. So that was like way after all the games stopped coming out, except for like some football games. So I was like, I don't know. I was thinking 2008 maybe.
All right, the PS1 came with the built-in screen. You guys both said false. That's correct. It's false.
Yeah.
What year was the PS2 released? You guys both said 2000. You guys are both correct. How many PS2 consoles did Sony ultimately sell? You guys both said 150. You guys both or 150 million. You guys both correct. What year did the PlayStation 3 come out? David, you said 2004. Gore, you said 2006. 2006 is the correct answer. It came out simultaneously, like a week after the Wii. Both came out in 2006.
How embarrassing that week was.
The PS3 was the most expensive console of the 7th generation. You guys are both correct by saying true. How many PlayStation 3 consoles did Sony sell by the time it released the PS4? Gorgie said 60 million. David said 80 million. The correct answer actually is 80 million.
Oh, nice. Well, good for them. I'm glad.
When did Sony first release the portable version of the PlayStation? Gorgie said 2005. David said 2003. The correct answer is actually 2005. What year did the PS4 launch? Gorgie said 2013. David said 2012. The correct answer is 2013. So Gore got that. How many games were ultimately released for PlayStation 2? Gorgie said 1,000. David said 10,000. The correct answer actually is 10,000.
Is it 10,000? He said 10,000? Mm-hmm. Wow.
He said whatever the last one is, I don't care. I don't care about numbers.
Oh. Okay. 10,000. Jesus. That's embarrassing. Too many games.
Not a single good game, too.
I guess a lot of Japanese games, too. There's probably one still being made.
What was the best-selling PS2 game of all time? Davey said Final Fantasy X. Gorgie said San Andreas. The correct answer actually is San Andreas with 18 million units sold.
I put too much faith in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, 100% too much faith. What was the first PlayStation console to allow online gaming? Both of you guys said PS2. That is correct, PS2. The PS3 sold more units than any other 7th generation console. Both said false. That's correct. Both said false. The question that was asked I skipped was which of the features were lost between the PS2 and the PS3. Gore had the technical right answer was the use of the DualShock controllers, but it gave it to the back compatibility with games, which that's a technical question because it technically did start with it, but you know.
Yeah, it did. So I thought what it said was like you can use your PS2 controllers with the PS3. Like no, you can't. I mean, I know it is DualShock. It's a different version of DualShock, but
right.
It's a DualShock,
so that's a bad question. So we'll just throw it out. When did Sony launch the PlayStation Network? David said 2006. Gorgie said 2002. It was actually 2006. That's what PlayStation.
Yeah, they rebranded it
online.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. That's probably the rebranded because I don't think it really had a name. I think it was just Sony Online. Yeah, that's true.
When did DualShock controllers come out? Both said 98. You guys are both right. What the PlayStation call its motion sensing controller? Both said move. Both are correct. Which features feature the tagline "Live in your world, play in ours"? Gorgie said PS3. David said PS2. The correct answer actually is the PS2.
Oh, is it really?
Yep. How many PS2 units did Sony sell in the first 2 years after release? David said 60 million. Gorgie said 40 million. The correct answer is actually 40 million. How many PS4 units did Sony sell in the 2015 and 2016 holidays? David said 7.7 million. Oh, you guys both said 7.7 million.
Yeah, we both said that.
Correct answer is 5.7 million.
Okay. Okay. Whatever. Fine. Okay.
Whatever.
I'm not making money.
What is the best-selling game of PS4 as of 2016?
Yeah.
Gorgie said Black Ops 3. David said GTA 5. The correct answer actually is Black Ops 3.
Oh, is it really?
Black Ops 3 taking both top spot in 2014 and 2015.
2014? It came out in 2015. Black Ops 3.
Apparently not.
No, because Ghost and then Advanced Warfare Fighter or whatever, then Black Ops 3 was 2015.
Yeah, but you got it right, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you said 2016 period. So I was like, I guess Black Ops 3 is probably the biggest one because that's newer and stuff. I was like, but I didn't know you meant as of. Like, I didn't hear that part because I'm stupid.
What did Sony call its new portable gaming system, which was released in 2012, beta, and then the last 2 questions are throwaways. So ultimately, congratulations, Gore.
Oh, how many points?
Shut up.
I didn't keep track of it.
It was pretty close, though. I think it was pretty close because he got like
he messed up a lot at the beginning, though. That was the problem.
Yeah, David.
So
you got some of the dates right, though.
You did better on dates than I thought you would.
I was wildly guessing.
No, you can't say you're wildly guessing when you sat there like.
Oh, what's 2016? I don't get it.
Was I born? All right.
Me.
So I got it wrong. I got what wrong? I got a lot of things wrong. Oh, it was probably the. I was looking at the chat. Someone said I got something.
All right.
It's probably these.
Our standings at Gore at 9 and David at 3. Green Zero Village, don't worry, David. You'll get it next week.
You got last week.
You're optimistic game for the Green Super Flash.
All right.
You get it.
Moving on.
I think we're long overdue for a David Revenge trivia, even though it kind of backfires half the time.
You won last week.
Oh, I mean, technically it can't. It didn't backfire half the time. It stalemated you the only time.
You won last week though.
That's true.
And then and then the week after that too, you got it.
Yeah, he'll get it.
All right, we're going to news. Get news and then get out of here. So let's do a really quick recap of some new announcements that we've had.
Summer Games thing.
Yeah. Do you have your YouTube pulled up, Gore?
Yeah, I got I'll just go. I'll put my YouTube because that's all the shit I watch.
Yeah, so that's also that really matters.
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out. It's not a game; it's a movie. Bill and Ted 3 finally. Hell yeah! That trailer looked great. I'm in. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. I'm in. It looks great. Anyway, now let's talk about the Summer of Gaming 2020 thing IGN's doing, because that's a generic enough title, I guess. They had a bunch of stuff they showed. I didn't watch the stream because I heard the stream was really not great. It was kind of boring from what I heard, but then they showed a bunch of stuff in a row.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's like,
that stuff. I feel like we're not gonna mention actually, which we can actually lump it in here. Is Destiny 2 stuff got announced.
Oh yeah.
So for better or worse, I've heard some mixed stuff, but mostly I've heard better.
Yeah, the stuff they showed was cool. So
which I think I kind of want to really dip into now. So
that's the thing. Destiny is it's always been like terrible at launch, and then with it ages well because Bungie still gets poor gameplay of just their shooting mechanics fantastic.
That was the one thing I gave for Destiny. I was disappointed in like highly, but the gunplay was fantastic.
Gunplay was pretty good.
But they announced that, so it's funny because it goes against everything that Activision wants, and it kind of makes sense now that they've disbanded from Activision, that this is what Bungie have always wanted. But Bungie's always wanted Destiny to be an MMO style thing, where it's you buy that game and you literally just keep evolving that game. And that's what they're going to do now. So there's not going to be a Destiny 3, at least for a long foreseeable future. There's not going to be Destiny 3
until Activision wants some more. Oh, but they're not part of Activision anymore. No Destiny 3.
Oh, they're free men now.
Yeah, again, once again.
Destiny free, because they're free.
So everything's going to stay in Destiny 2. They have more raids and stuff going back into it. And they're going to start reviving old stuff and recycling in old content and lumping it back in. Kind of think almost like Overwatch in a way, but not the stuff that's been gone in Destiny has been gone for so long that it's going to be really fresh again. Man,
they put like Taken King raids back in there.
So they're putting like the Vault of Glass, I think it's called, right? The first one.
Yes,
that's coming back in.
Oh shit!
If you David, if you want to play it, get on Xbox, I'll play.
Yeah,
me and Gore have.
Well, it's free. It's free, isn't it?
Yeah, me and Gore, I gave you Forsaken like 2 years ago.
Yeah, you did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so we can jump pretty much deep into that if you want. If you want to sub out Division 2 for that, I'll do that.
All right.
I imagine we're not gonna be able to play
Division 2. We paid $3 for, so it doesn't even matter.
But if you want to do that, I'm fine, because you're gonna.
I am so down for that.
Hey, I liked Destiny when we first played it.
I did too.
It was a good time for the most part.
And I imagine if we get everyone playing that, we could probably actually get like a 6-person, because it's 6-person raids, right? Or is it?
Oh god.
Depends on the raid, but usually it's like 4 to 6 people.
So if we have enough people that just play it actively, we could probably actually get a whole call actually doing a raid, which is kind of cool.
Really cool.
But so that's all getting recycled. And they also said that because the game is becoming too large and unstable, that they're gonna start taking content out. But like that's gonna get kind of like balanced out with the stuff they're adding back in. I forget what the details, like the exact details were, but they're taking stuff out that's not apparently of big note. But the game's apparently getting unwieldy, just at how massive it's getting.
Put Peter Dinklage back in.
Then recycle him back in, yeah.
That's the one thing that I dislike with the concept of Destiny. Like, I loved Destiny 1. Like I said, it was rough at launch, but after the first couple of expansions, it was fantastic. But they did one thing in that game, which now it sounds like they're taking to a bigger extreme with this one, where if you miss story elements when they happen, they're just gone. So
I don't think it's going to be anything extreme. From what I've heard, and I could be totally wrong and just talking shit, it was stuff that they've just found that was easily able to wiggle some room around. But either way, too, if you think about it, if they're removing stuff, it looks like they're also open to bringing it back, too, so that's kind of nice. So, that's the thing. I'm down to play that if you guys wanted to.
Put the Grimoire back in. I want to read on the website about the story.
That was the dumbest thing.
That was a great idea.
Horrible. But that's actually what
Like
I
some
mean.
Dark
Is that
Souls
like
shit.
a lot of those were just gone from the game itself for some of the ghosts to even find after the expansion had kind of passed its date. It was absolutely dumb.
Now, why does that work for Dark Souls, but it doesn't work for Destiny? Because Destiny, I guess you had to go on a website. But Dark Souls, totally, yeah, I guess so. But like Dark Souls, it does it well because you get like a new piece of weapon, and then you learn more about the story from it or whatever. I don't play enough.
I think it's because honestly, who really plays Dark Souls for the story versus
some
Destiny?
people do. Some people love the story.
That's a lot of fighting words. So
some people love the story.
That I like. For someone that does not touch Dark Souls, I've heard the lore is like phenomenal in that series.
Yeah, which is cool.
So shut the fuck up, David.
Yeah. Wow. Looking like a true doofus.
Wait. What did it say in the back of your DS again, Gore?
Huh?
It said David is dumb.
Oh, let me see. Oh, it also says David don't know shit. That's right.
That's weird. I don't know why he had a curse word on there.
I don't know why he knows all this stuff that's true.
Man, Miyamoto is out for me, and now from the grave, Iwata wants to fight me too. Shit.
He's coming back. Please understand, and then he does that. Remember that?
He does that
time where remember that time where he fought Reggie, and then it'd be like that. Except Reggie.
God, I miss Iwata, dude. What a fantastic.
Now I'm sad. Thanks, David. Wow, another thing you fucked up on the podcast. Now I'm sad.
Now I'm sad.
Now I'm sad.
Don't worry, you can still get your puppet body ready.
That's true.
All right, but so I wanted to at least throw out that Destiny 2 news. That was good stuff. I like the idea. I like the idea that no one has to invest in a new game. Everyone's chilling. Destiny 2 is so widely available to everyone at this point that it's just there.
And also to Casey's point, I mean, I've never said all the Souls games are the same. They all definitely play differently. There's a reason why one of them in particular is my favorite, and that's the very first with Demon Souls, which we'll get to later.
But
so we had that. What else was announced?
We had the Summer of Gaming, like I said.
And I will say, that's what I was gonna say.
The stuff I watched.
That's what I was gonna say. That's why I got my tangent. Is that Summer of Gaming is not something I'm tuning into, but it's nice to see like a news rundown at the end.
Yeah, so you just go on IGN's YouTube at the end of the day and just see all the shit they posted.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, that's all the stuff they announced. So, cool. That's what I did. I didn't watch the thing. I just heard it wasn't great. The first thing I watched was a game called Mortal Shell, which they announced before, but it was like kind of a trailer. Didn't show too much gameplay. Now seeing it, it looks kind of like I wouldn't even say Dark Souls. It reminded me of like Lords of the Fallen more than Dark Souls. Which that's a ripoff of Dark Souls, but it's a little bit different. It looks okay. It just has like kind of janky combat a little bit. It looks like it could be okay. Nothing great about that one. It was like a minute trailer that showed some gameplay. One thing I thought was really cool, and I'm sure you've played this before, David. It was Werewolf: The Apocalypse Earthblood. It's like a tabletop game. That's why I said that. I know you like tabletop games. Have you ever heard of Werewolf?
I mean, I have like Werewolf and One Night Werewolf, but I haven't heard anything with like Werewolf Apocalypse.
Okay, well, this is like you actually play as a werewolf man, and you have a pack, and it's all a CGI trailer. It looks really good though. I'm actually surprised that wasn't at like maybe not the Sony one, but like at a bigger event. Not that IGN isn't big, but because everything else kind of looks like it's some more gameplay of this announcement for something smaller, but this one looks like it could actually be a little bit big. Just the CGI was actually really good. It looks good. It actually looks like it's something I might give a shit about. And I guess it's supposed to be in the Vampire the Masquerade universe. That's what somebody said. So
it's that werewolf. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's that
okay.
Werewolf. Anyway, next is Metal Hellsinger, which is it's pretty much just a rhythm game if it had a Doom Eternal or Doom 2016 skin over it. It has like heavy metal and stuff. Obviously it's called metal. But it's
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, but I'm watching it and they're doing like the execution moves. I'm like, this is so it looks so much like Doom. But it looks fun. It looks cool. And I like that you can keep a beat going while you're killing the demons and stuff. It looks fun. They also announced Chivalry 2 is coming to consoles, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, dude, Chivalry was like one of the more sleeper hits of games that you and I have played, where it It kind of hit us by surprise, but it was also it was a lot of fun. But it never really caught on in the calls for us. But it was a lot of fun when we play it.
And now the game's kind of dead, so it's like on the consoles at least. But Chivalry 2's coming.
It was worth it though.
Yeah, it was also an interesting little microcosm of just kind of like how people behaved in that game, because it was genuinely one of the few games where the name of the title kind of dictated the behavior. It was not uncommon, at least playing on PC, just see people, once all the people just started kind of getting down to just a few people on each side, to actually just kind of square up one-on-one and just take turns fighting each other and just kind of being polite and actually having a chivalrous fight. It was just kind of really neat to see that go on with that game.
As Gore mentioned, it never really turned into like a giant battle. It's always people just kind of like, one guy runs off that way and fights someone, one guy runs off that way and fights someone. But I like the trailers where it's like mobs of people. That's how it should be.
And the game looks pretty. Pretty, yeah. No, I was gonna say it looks pretty like smooth, because the other, at least on the consoles when we played it, it was very janky.
It was like part of it, was just jank.
That was a part of the charm, though, kind of.
Right.
But like I thought you were gonna say, David, when you get into a battle, you'll just see people randomly just like hold their sword up and like start moving around a tree, because that's pretty much every game I would play of Chivalry. You just see like 3 people like walking like in a circle around a tree while their swords are up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I didn't see that ever really happen. Granted, I also always played Archer, so I was not near anyone for most part.
Archer's fun. I'm glad that it's getting like a jankier. No, not jankier. I don't want that. Janky less? Janky, what's the word
jankless.
Jankless, I guess. Well, I wouldn't say less, because
that
means there's no jank at all. Yeah, I want lesser jank, but still some jank.
And Django Unchained.
Now, 25% less jank.
Yeah, there you go. Well, like 35, I hope. At least. I still want some jank, because I want to cut a dude's head off by attacking his leg. That's how janky I want it to be sometimes. And I saw that in that trailer. You like sword swipe him like this, and then his head just fucking falls off, like if you were doing a horizontal slash.
That's anime quick style. You don't really see where the cut's going.
That's true. And when you slash them, they stay there like you didn't kill them. And he's like, and then they just fall apart in pieces.
You gotta have like the little blood spurts everywhere where the disconnects happen.
I hope at least one of those happens during Ghost of Tsushima. I want that to be like the main boss, whoever it is. You kill him like that. You slash him, he's like, "Ha! I got you, punk!" And then,
and it's got to be perfectly timed too, to when he's putting it back in his sheath, and it just slowly goes in, and then there's that pause, and then click, and then.
It's good stuff. That better happen. Anyway, Chivalry 2 looks fun. They showed more gameplay of that second Extinction game. That was that game they showed during Inside Xbox. It was the dinosaur one. It was like Left 4 Dead. It looks good. There's just what I saw doesn't make me think it's going to be any more than just shoot the dinosaurs, which is fine. But I was hoping there'd be a little bit more to it. But it just seems like just shoot the dinosaurs. Go here, shoot those dinosaurs. Go here, shoot the dinosaurs. I was like, all right. I thought there'd be a little bit more to it, but it looks fun. Now today they announced, I mean, I guess they already announced this before, but they finally showed gameplay for the 13 remake, which I'm excited for.
So I've never played 13, but hearing you talk about it and how much you liked it.
I hope they bring back the multiplayer, because they didn't announce that yet. Because the trailer only showed campaign stuff, and while I did like the campaign, I wasn't like in love with it when I was a kid. I loved the multiplayer though. The multiplayer was so much fun.
What made it stand out?
It's cell shaded, first of all, which immediately stands out. And this one, it's still cell shaded, but they went a little bit more realistic with it, which is a little, it's a little weird, because the original, it's based on a comic, I think, at least. It's based on something. I think a comic. And the original made it look like a comic during the cutscenes. Every time you shoot, it'll go like rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat or whatever. You have like the little.
Were you surprised at a 13 remake, or was that always kind of a game that just felt like?
I was like, whoa, because I didn't know it was that big at all. Like, not that a remake needs to be for a game that's big, but like I thought, it makes sense totally, because I mean, shooter, of course. I think 13 is a pretty popular
number.
Like yeah, it's a good number. Well, unless it's Final Fantasy, it's not. No, it's a pretty good kind comic book format. I think it's a comic book. I thought that's what I heard. It has to be good because I keep seeing like different adaptations of it in like TV shows and stuff. So it has to be pretty popular at least because it's like a mini series. I think there might have been like 2 mini series about 13. So yeah, no, it seems good, but they definitely have lowered the cell shading graphics and made it a little bit more realistic like shadows and stuff. But there's still cell shading. When you look at it, you'll see. When you compare it, you'll definitely see. But it looks fun, and they kept the original voice acting, so you have David Duchovny and Adam West in it, which will be fun.
Like they kept it like, is it like not touch it or made them redo it?
No, they didn't touch it at all.
Nice.
That's what they even have like I forgot the model's name that was like really big in the early 2000s as one of the main characters. So it's just like I'm like, all right, so like just a bunch of different actors that you don't really see working anymore. And Adam West is dead, so that sucks.
Well, he's definitely not working anymore.
Definitely not working anymore. Fuck. Now I'm sad. This is a sad
podcast.
David. He's definitely working.
Yeah, thanks, David. Making us sad again.
And the last thing I watched was they finally showed more gameplay for that Samurai Jack game.
Yeah.
The Samurai Jack
How's that looking?
time. It's looking pretty good. It has it's a little bit more
beat him up than you thought it'd be?
No, not even that. It actually has more like of an inventory than I was expecting. It looks like you actually have to collect like arrows and stuff. So you have a lot of different weapons, it seems like, which makes sense if you watch season 5, but doesn't really make sense for any of the other seasons because he uses weapons here and there, but for the most part he uses his sword. But it's cool that it looks like it's taken from every season of the show, but it doesn't look like it's just retelling the story. It's like doing something different with it. But the gameplay itself looks fun. It has like 3D platforming and stuff, but it also has 2D platforming. The combat itself looks pretty simple, kind of like Platinum Light. But it looks good. I'm excited for it. I hope it's good. And that one is full cell shaded. So, and some of the backgrounds look like straight out of the Samurai Jack the show. So even though it's a 3D game, a lot of the backgrounds you can tell are 2D. So it looked good. I'm excited for it. But anyway, besides that, there's been other things, but I just didn't watch a lot of the other stuff. So, but IGN's summer of gaming stuff has been pretty good, I think, and they're doing a good job covering stuff. So I like it.
It's not E3, but at the same time, we're still at least getting a lot of what we would normally get at that. So it's good that someone's still kind of keeping the spirit alive.
Yeah.
Also,
the spirit of E3 lives.
PS5's video is the closest thing that we've had to E3 in a long while.
That might be the biggest thing we've had since, I guess, the Game Awards.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because I can't think of anything else. I guess maybe Nintendo Direct, but.
No. All right. With that said, let's jump into that. That's our big top before we head out of here for the night.
Yes.
That's the PS5 Reveal event. Happened today. You can watch our reactions with me, Gore, and our friend Kyle and Gerard on Gore's page. David, you watched it more recently, so we'll be able to hear your thoughts now. But
I literally sped over from work, sat down, and quickly watched it, ate, and then was hopped on and ready for the podcast.
Yeah, so let's get and don't get too deep into it because we're gonna break this down. Give us your initial impressions, like what you thought, and then give us a rating out of 10.
Initial thoughts was, aside from one or two things here or there, man, the Xbox presentation blew it out of the park compared to this.
Ooh, really?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I like
the other way around.
No, he likes the Xbox one better.
Yeah, I liked what Xbox showed off more than.
All right.
I could see that if you're not a fan of some of those franchises. I could totally see that because they showed a lot more original stuff. I think. But
also
that someone like him would probably be.
See, and here's my issue with people comparing them, is that the Xbox thing was never meant to be the big one.
Right.
So people are like, oh, this is the Xbox. I saw some guy on Facebook be like, yeah, well, Xbox already played its hand. It's obviously not going to do as well. I'm like, they have like fucking like 14 studios that have not announced anything. You think they played their hand? Like, yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be more Forza and that's it. I'm like, all right, dude.
Well, it's not to show Halo.
That's the most fanboy thing ever. It's like, it's not that. There's still like the big one from Microsoft is coming in. Larry Stingray, thanks for joining us.
See ya. Joining us. Hope to see you again next week.
The big one for Microsoft is next month. That's the big boy one, and that's if they screw up that one, then there's trouble in the water for sure.
Yeah. But they will have one this month, right? But
they will have one this month, but the next month is like all Xbox Game Studio shit. Like that's everyone, all the big boys are coming out there, and like that's all the that's every studio's gonna show their thing and all that.
I'm excited.
Which it's interesting because I was thinking about this on the reaction is Microsoft essentially got an extra month to work on that. Because I guarantee you, before all this stuff hit, they were gonna show all that stuff at E3. Every studio was gonna show off their things at E3. That was probably the tentative plan until all this hit, and now it's in July, that would not have made sense if Microsoft held everything until July. So now they have an extra month to prep everything. I'm curious at how hard they're gonna hit this, because they had to imagine Sony was gonna go first. Like I would have been shocked if we went to July without a major thing from Sony at that point. You know, like they're smart. But like they started their first step. I think it was kind of a misstep too. Like as much as I didn't mind it, I actually had a decent time with it. It was advertised as a gameplay reveal stream, which even though there is gameplay, it was not as much as you would imagine. You would have thought like extended demos of certain games, but it was like very, very underwhelming. But that was their first like third party thing, and I get it that they wanted that to be like a first step because they wanted to save the big stuff for later, but Sony said fuck that, we're just gonna make our big step first.
Right.
And they kind of just hit it out here, and yes, you're very underwhelmed.
Yeah, aside from a couple things here and there that got me pretty excited, and one thing that had me very confused, to summarize notes for some of my games, I just put eh.
We're gonna go through them. So
we'll go through them.
We did go through them with Chris and I on his stream, but we will go through them again, and that way we'll hear your input and talk more about them. But all right, interesting. Personally, I think Gore gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think I liked it. I agreed with someone saying that this is going to be one of those reveals where down the line it's going to look a lot cooler than it actually was in the moment.
Sure.
Because like when we went through the E3 from the past one, that was a banger when we first saw it. But like in hindsight now, it's like it was all right. I can see that happening to this, where some of the games maybe don't work out as well as they should have been. Like I think people are getting a little bit too hyped up for Spider-Man Miles Morales.
I think it's just gonna be like a. I think it's gonna be a standalone thing, kind of like what they did with Infamous, where they had First Light,
and Uncharted,
the Vampire one too. Yeah, and then Vampire one for Infamous too.
I think people are getting a little bit too ahead of themselves with this, thinking it's gonna be some crazy. Like,
I think it's still gonna be long. I think
it will be like maybe 10 hours. I could see.
But it'll be its own. It'll be the same thing. I don't think it's gonna be that different. I think the graphics will look a little bit better because it'll be on PS5, but I don't think it's gonna look that different. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's also on PS4 as well.
So. Yeah. So I think people are getting a little bit too hyped up for stuff like that, but I liked it still. It didn't hit me because again, I'm not like the biggest PlayStation fan in accordance to all this. So like stuff like Ratchet and Clank, while cool, didn't hit me like everyone else is freaking out about it, which is fair.
Right.
What's up, TTV Rocket?
What's up, man?
But yeah, so we'll go through it. Gore, do you have any other impressions you want to point out again?
No, for what, the Miles Morales game?
Just in general, before we jump.
Just
back
in general, no, not really. We'll get into it, but I really like the presentation. I think they didn't waste any time. Obviously, there was some talking here and there, but that was all important talking. Just the developers talking about their game, introducing themselves. So there was no, even with Gran Turismo, which we'll get into that. Like even that, it looked nice. It was nice to look at. So it was like,
aside from like a couple which had
good showpiece,
the art style that couldn't really pull the PS5 to power. The games that did show off the horsepower of it did really well.
And I like that they didn't label it as like the stream itself as like watch the powerfulness of the PS5. It's gonna blow your dick away, and then you watch it, and it's like that weird dragon game.
So
that weird not
David.
dragon, that dinosaur game or whatever.
Well, because like that's the thing is when they were first showing off like the Xbox Series X, they came out of the gate with fucking Hellblade, and seeing that, it's like that's a fucking next gen game right there.
So
here.
The thing is Sony, even though they're still very on par, like power-wise, Microsoft's still having a step up on it. Sony has a lot more creativity to pull with the loading and just a rapid fire of what it can do, exactly what it has going for it. With Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, or what I think it's called, right? Rift Apart or Rift?
Yeah.
Rift something.
Rift Apart.
Yeah. So with that being like so rapid fire,
the subtitles are always puns. So.
Right. So with that said, also I like the tweet that Aaron Greenberg said that some people are kind of upset about. Did you guys see this?
No.
What is it?
Let me see. Let me go pull it up really quick. He had a little bit of a not a little bit. It was a pretty strong jab at Sony afterwards. Let's see, Aaron.
Here it comes. It's coming.
It's gonna come.
Yeah, they didn't mention anything about backwards compatibility, Green Super Flash, sadly.
All right, he goes, congratulations to our friends at Sony on their show today. Xbox fans should know titles like GTA 5, Resident Evil Village, Hitman 3, NBA 2K21, Pragmata, etc. are going to look and play great on Xbox Series X, the world's most powerful console. Hashtag power your dreams, hashtag X gonna give it to you.
All right.
And a lot of people are like, wow, this guy, that's pretty petty of you. But I'm like, even though, like, yeah, they're very buddy buddies.
It's kind of petty that Sony would make it seem like that's all their games too. You could say, though, like obviously Resident Evil's not going to be just on their console. It's like it's can be on Xbox.
To be fair, as we will explain, there was some. Maybe we talked over it. I don't know. Did you watch it?
You talked over a lot of shit.
But did you
I didn't hear. I know you talk about Ghostwire. I didn't hear.
I maybe we missed. Maybe we did miss it.
Maybe like the dev said like exclusive.
But everyone else was kind of making a big deal about it, so I'm guessing we didn't. We will bring that up here in a second. But let's do a rundown. So let's see if you matched up with our impressions, David. We saw GTA 5 first. We thought that was a very awkward first start.
Yeah, very awkward. Yeah.
PS4
like,
footage.
With the new gen, I can't wait watching a PS3 game.
And it they should have replayed the whole intro in PS5 engine. Like that would have been cool at least. Like,
you know why? I bet they don't have anything done yet.
No.
I bet you they don't have anything done. It'll take them a year to do it, and they probably even started yet.
Yep.
But it makes sense. They make so much money off the shark cards that it'd be silly of them not to just put a fresh campaign on.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, but that shouldn't have been the first thing we see from Sony.
Right,
the first thing.
All right, here's our PS5, PS4 footage.
Yeah, PS4, right on the top left.
I think it was a matter of Rockstar being like, hey, we want a spot in this. You have to say yes to us. I'm like, yeah, all right.
They should have had that as a pre-show thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they announce little things during pre-shows and stuff?
Right.
Like, I guess there's no real pre-show they could do. It was a recording, but still.
TTB Rocket says, like, I honestly believe the 1 year off of E3 really paid off because it was a fantastic showcase. The funny part about the GTA reveal is that they showed the fucking early beta footage from 2012 in some sections.
Oh, really? That's
yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, though. I think the 1 year off kind of helped them steady up because they couldn't say anything. Like all their games were shown so far in advance that was running on fumes at the end. They're like, all right, we have Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima, and that's it this year.
Yeah,
made sense. But yeah, GTA 5 awkward start. I get that's happening. It's cool. I'm not buying it again. I bought it on fucking Xbox One. I didn't even fucking play it. Yeah, it will be smart delivery.
Sure. So you don't need to buy it. You already have a PS4, right? Is that how it works? Do you have to buy on PS4? No, it's something about you get it for free if you get on if you have PS Plus.
GTA Online will be free.
Well, that's probably what you're gonna play anyway, right? You're a huge fan of PS.
Either way, I'm imagining they're gonna do smart delivery on Xbox. I hope. I mean, I could see Rockstar being kind of like, fuck that, we want more money, but I hope. All right, but next was a good step, as we talked about, right? Spider-Man Miles Morales, which they had the tone down of this.
Yeah, it's like
because it was like Spider-Verse where it had the hip hop going, and it gave me those chills again where you just see Miles Morales swinging around. I'm like, fuck, dude, so good.
I'd rather it be the Into the Spider-Verse Miles Morales.
Yeah, right.
Because honestly, I'm gonna be controversial. Didn't like Miles Morales and Spider-Man, but honestly, I didn't really like any of the characters in Spider-Man. I liked the gameplay. The gameplay was great. I didn't like any of the versions of the characters. Peter was okay, and I kind of like Doc Ock. But besides that, I couldn't think of anybody I really liked in Spider-Man.
And I mentioned in there, as someone that platinumed the game and played through all the DLC, I like Spider-Man a lot. Had a lot of flaws, though, that start to become more apparent the longer you play it. and I feel with just a little bit of refinement, it could really hit it home. And I'm hoping that this could be the little bit of tweak, of just a little bit of tinkering they could with the game that make it really feel good. But yeah, no, I agree. There was a lot of flaws in there, and there was some people like I did not like Mary Jane.
Oh,
She was the fucking most annoying.
I hate her.
I was so on Black Cat's ass, dude. I was like, yes, what, Peter?
Oh yeah.
I don't care about Mary Jane. Fuck that. Yo, just be with Black Cat, dude. It's like no. And then in the DLC, you see a lot of her. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Even in the DLC is literally like rinse and repeat, copy paste, same enemies. I'm like, it's Black Cat, dude. Whatever.
Yeah, I couldn't stand her, man. I really couldn't. She, like, you save her and she gives you shit. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I would just drop her ass.
I'm an independent woman. I need to save myself. And Peter's like, bro, they were shooting at you. What do you want me to do?
There's plenty of. I know they wanted to have a strong character. I get it, but there's so many strong characters in Spider-Man that are female. I feel like Black Cat.
Black Cat is fucking amazing.
She is sexualized a lot in previous things, but in this she's not.
She's great. No, she's fantastic in here. So, Green Super 5. Yeah, no, that's what I feel like. I like Spider-Man a lot, dude. That game, that
was really fun.
Dude, the opening of that game, and a lot of times just fucking. There were times where I remember Chris and I would be in a Skype call, and we'd be like, all right, what's everyone playing? And Chris and I, we're just swinging around. Literally just swinging. That was such a good mechanic, but damn, dude, they needed they just needed to like make a couple more enemies because man, the variety of that game starts to go just cut paste, or copy paste everywhere. But it's a great first step though.
Yeah,
like I'm super excited for a sequel to just knock it home.
It's weird because everybody says that and they act like there hasn't been any good Spider-Man games in the past. I'm like.
No, it's a good first step for Insomniac.
Yeah, no. But a lot of people do suggest, like, oh, finally, a good Spider-Man game. I'm like, where were you when Spider-Man 2 came out? Spider-Man 2 was, like, the best game, like, at that point.
Everyone, like, praises that game, yeah.
That game's so good. I mean, the balloon stuff.
Wasn't Spider-Man Dimensions pretty good, too?
Which one?
Dimensions?
Yeah, the Shattered Dimensions. That was linear, though. That's why people don't really talk about that one. Because it wasn't, like...
And what Case says, that they did introduce stuff way too early in that game for Spider-Man that they could have saved for something that's a little bit later on. It felt there was a lot of fat to that game. They could have trimmed down and made it even an even leaner package. I will say that I did like where the story ended up, and it did have its very heartfelt moments when it needed to. But like I said, I'm very excited for a sequel because I think with knowledge in hand and knowing what they're doing, I think they can knock it out. And I'm hoping this is it. David, did you have anything to say about Miles Morales? I don't know if you played Spider-Man.
I'm excited for it. I still haven't actually played Spider-Man on PS4 yet. That's on my to-do list. But all in all, from what we can tell, I like the mood and the atmosphere they're setting up for it. And I have no doubt it'll be a good experience, whether it is some kind of half game, kind of like we were talking about earlier, like the standalone expansions.
It will be like that. I'd be shocked if it was like a full-fledged game.
I mean, that's why it's not called Spider-Man 2, where it's going to be
whenever separate. They give you the name and it's like a tagline or like a subtitle, that's means it's
and also the way they revealed it was like kind of like it wasn't supposed to be like a big deal. You know what I mean?
They would have made it was
like, hey, there's more Spider-Man stuff.
That's what I'm hoping people don't rag on it too much because they think a lot more of it.
And you know what I think? When Spider-Man 2 comes out, you'll be playing as both of them.
Ooh.
Peter at the same time. One control, it'll be like brothers.
A dual stick. Oh yeah, David, you like that? Yeah, David. Yeah.
Imagine swinging through the world. Where am I? Just splattering against the wall.
All right. Next game, Gran Turismo 4 or 7. Sorry, 4. Gran Turismo 7 looks incredible. Looks really fantastic.
Even though I watched it in the highest quality possible, and it looks so good. But there is a little bit of pop in, so 0 out of 10. Oh. Nice try, whoever makes those games. I don't even know the studio. Is it Gran Turismo Studio? Is it? What are their names?
Polyphony.
Is it really? Wow, I never even heard of those. Anyway, Gran Turismo. It looked great. It looks great. What you guys
it looks like Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I mean that's all it needs to be. I'm not expecting it. I mean, I would love for it to go crazy and wacky. That would be amazing. And but we have a racing game later on that goes crazy or wacky, so it's fine.
Right. And I don't really have a care for simulator racers. If I do, I play Forza, and that's even then. It's like very, very rarely do I. I just dabble in it a little bit. If I do, that's my fill. And
I only like the ones where you go fast, and if you hit something, your car doesn't break down and die like in real life. You just keep going, bro. It's just Oh, one of the wheels are gone. I don't give a shit. Just let's go.
Next
Who
up,
needs those?
we have Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Definitely one of the most telltale signs that somebody's gonna take as much advantage of the SSD as they can. They're like, all right, fuck it, throw you in a new world, fuck it, new world.
And it loads it really quick every time it goes to different worlds. But you can see it. If you watch it again, you can see it loading the world though. So everything's like untextured, and then it goes bloop, like for like a fraction of a second. You'd see that, but besides that, it's really, really seamless. Like just jumping back and forth, and that's gonna be a big part of the gameplay. Is it like you whipping through worlds whenever you see a tear, which is funny because it kept reminding me of Bioshock Infinite.
Do you think we're gonna get like some sort of cameo from some other game somehow?
A lot of people have said you might get a cameo from like I don't know, like maybe a Sly Cooper cameo. That'd be sweet.
I could see that. That'd
just swinging through, see Sly Cooper like trying to rob a bank.
That'd be cute. Why would you pass it up if you can do it? Just do it.
Yeah, Jack and Daxter.
Knack. Wow. I can see it happening. I could see.
Knack, no need because they're working on that third game, so we don't need it. It's coming.
All right, but
Ratchet will have a cameo in Knack.
I want to play the last game that came out. Still, I've never played it. I've never actually played a Ratchet and Clank game in general, so I don't have an attachment to any of these. But it looked cool and it's something I could play. So
I got like half through the newer one. Kyle would say this if he was here. He didn't really care for it because it was a movie tie-in kinda. So it had a lot of. Yeah, well, it tied it in with the movie, and the movie had so many shitty characters and stuff. It's just like the movie shouldn't have been called Ratchet and Clank. It should have been called the Captain Quark movie because that's all it was that fucking annoying character that everybody likes for some reason.
So
go ahead.
It's funny because wasn't leading into the idea of there's a movie game and a movie that the movie was gonna be really good and the game was actually gonna be shit.
Yeah, that's usually the case.
Yeah, and then it got flipped.
That's usually the case, or they're both shit. That's
it. But this one the game was good and the movie was shit.
Yeah, and X-Men Origins is like the only other example. Oh, Chronicles of Riddick is another example.
There you go.
Those are the three examples. Everything else is either the trifecta. Some people would say GoldenEye, but GoldenEye the movie is great.
One for every gen, baby.
Yeah, it's rarer actually thinking about it having both of them be great.
David, thoughts on Ratchet and Clank?
I don't have I'm kind of in a similar boat to you. I don't have a big attachment to the series. I liked the ones on PS2. They were fine games, but they were never like, I need to play more of these. But I like the concept that they're going for with this. I feel like whatever happened at the end of the trailer is supposed to be some kind of big thing for people. It was lost on me. I'm just looking at it as female inversion of the main character probably, and that's what this is.
Yeah,
but otherwise than that,
people love. Like I'm seeing people like.
Yeah, I'm sure people that write a bunch of DeviantArt not write, but draw a lot of DeviantArt shit. I'm sure. And when I say DeviantArt, that's not exactly what I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 34. We'll come back.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right, next one, which I kind of want to talk about again, is Project Athia. Now, this is something that's going to be a while. It looks like away. It looks like it's pretty far off.
If it has project in the title, that's going to be a long time.
Also, this is led by the guy Gary Whitta who wrote Rogue One. He assembled a team of apparently he's super hyped by it. I assembled a team of really good writers to just fucking really flesh out this world.
Yeah.
So apparently, he's really hyping it up and looking like it's gonna be a big one.
It kind of reminds me just the world itself, the way it looks. It almost reminds me of like Hellblade at times. Just not even the creatures or anything, just like kind of like the way how gloomy everything looks. But one thing I want to say about that game, supposedly it was already like a tech demo at one point. Wasn't it? That's what I heard. Like Square Enix had like a tech demo. It didn't have this.
I don't know.
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. I watched the Easy Allies reaction. They mentioned this, and I didn't look it up, but they're pretty knowledgeable, so I'm assuming they're probably correct. There was a tech demo or something, so it's cool that more tech demos are getting games. Hopefully, that one they showed during the Unreal 5 thing gets a game, because more games.
There you go.
Like more games.
David, thoughts?
It looked kind of interesting. It definitely seemed kind of jank, but it feels like obviously it's still very early in the development process, so of course it's going to be a bit jank. But it looked all right. But I'm interested in the concept. All I know is obviously you're playing some kind of druid and there's dragons. So I'm immediately interested.
Dragonheart, Fireheart.
Dragonheart.
Dragonheart's a great movie.
It is. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Let's just stop the podcast and go watch
Let's
it now.
just watch Dragonheart.
Next
Can we make this a Dragonheart podcast?
Nope.
Yeah, let's just talk about Dragonheart every year.
Next up is Stray, which is the one with the robots and the cats. It looks cool to me. I like that world looked pretty cool.
Of course, you would love that one.
That world looked pretty cool. It looked like something I'd like to kind of just mess around and kind of fill the story for. Didn't really like. Obviously, it wasn't like mind blowing, but it looked like cool kind. It looked like one of those like cool state of play trailers, that you would have saw in the middle, and cool.
I really dug it. I'm a sucker for any kind of heavy cyberpunk mood, and I suckered in by an adorable little kitty cat running around. But yeah, no, that definitely is right up my alley in terms of aesthetic. So I was excited for that.
Yeah, all cats are evil. So.
All right.
Yeah, they're adorable.
Not playing that.
Next game.
And also the cat looks too realistic. So.
Yeah, tone it down, PlayStation.
Yeah, why don't you calm down?
Next one, which I'm super excited for, is Returnal.
Yeah.
Fantastic name.
I love it.
Housemarque is awesome. Housemarque is a studio that I thought Microsoft would have just bought up. Surprised they didn't. But I think Sony needs to buy them up. I think Sony needs to buy them up because I hate the idea of them kind of just going game to game, hoping that that's just how they live.
Yeah.
Some of the, not every game's gonna last, and they tried to do a battle royale, and I think that fell through.
Yeah, what was it called again?
I forget what it was called, but they were doing that, and then Matterfall didn't do well, and that was released so close to Ex Machina that
I think Ex Machina did okay, but
Ex Machina did, but then they released Matterfall I think a month or two after that.
Yeah, it was way too close. Yeah, it makes no sense.
But that didn't do well. But but this game looks like it has a really cool story. It's about a pilot who fights for survival, and every time she dies, it changes somehow. And it's still got that arcadey look to it, which is fun. So I'm down with a really cool looking arcade, but really with a cool story to it. Awesome.
Did anybody play any of their other games besides Resogun?
I played Next Machina. I think I have Next Machina and Matterfall.
They did Outland.
Outland, yep. They're a fantastic studio.
They're
Super Stardust.
Yeah, Super Stardust. They always go for, it seems like, games that have projectiles that you either shoot or you have to dodge. Because Outland had a lot of that. Of course, Resogun has all the particle effects.
They go for arcadey games, which is
cool. But even this has an arcadey look to it when it comes to its gunplay, because it's you're dodging projectiles. It looks like Resogun if you were a woman and everything was a giant open world. So it looks nothing like it. I'm just saying the particle effects are there.
Yeah, and Resogun being the one game that really got me excited for PlayStation when it was first shown, just because I was I'm not really a PlayStation fan at all back then. But Housemarque is fucking awesome. David,
I can't believe it's been 7 years since.
I didn't have any.
You can hop in. You don't have to wait for me to chime you in.
No, well, I mean, you guys are going back and forth because you already kind of had that thing, so I feel like actually it's kind of a good flow just to hop in with my thoughts at the end. But I didn't really have any strong thoughts about this game. It kind of gave me almost kind of in terms of what it looked like, the gameplay, almost kind of felt like a faster paced Destiny. I'm intrigued by it, but there was nothing that was really drawing me into it.
Okay, that's fair. Are you into the arcade games?
Yes and no. I don't mind them, but they're not really my go-to.
I found it funny that there's two games in one conference that had the whole you can't die, you just keep going back and forth in a loop. I don't know why that seems a little weird. It's just two games in one conference.
Next up is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Now this is interesting. I kind of like where they went with this because I feel like you can't do Little Big Planet anymore. I think that kind of ran its course.
After Dreams, definitely not.
Right. But Sackboy is so iconic and such a good and well-designed character that you have to do something with it. And what else than give him a platformer,
to be honest, though, Sony has so many platformer
not
icons.
even that. This conference had 3 or 4 different platforming games.
Yeah, it had a lot. But can we all say their most iconic one? I think we all know it.
Knack.
Knack. There you go.
I was wondering where you're going with it for a second.
No, just Knack.
I feel like Sackboy needs to run in the Knack at some point on this.
Oh, I hope they kiss.
Jesus.
What? You don't like that? Whatever.
Whatever.
Do it.
So I think it's a cool direction. I'm not hyped about it. Maybe I'll play it. I don't know, but it's cool.
Yeah,
I like what they're doing. Yeah, it looks cute.
Fun. It looks cute. It has 2 players, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging it. It almost kind of gave me kind of like a Super Mario 64 vibe, where they're just kind of trying to reinvigorate the game in a new way to make it worth kind of coming back to. So I was actually really excited to see this. This looks like this is going to be a fun little time.
Yep.
Good time.
Next up is super hype is Ghostwire Tokyo. Yeah. That visuals look phenomenal. Gameplay looks fucking wild.
Yeah, man. It looks like that. What was that game? The Lich Battle Mage or something like that, or Battle.
Yeah, Lichdom.
Lichdom. There you go. It kind of looks like that with all the different spells you can do and stuff. I guess you can say Skyrim and shit like that too, but it looks like your main source of attack is using.
As someone who
fire.
has not played either Skyrim or that, the only thing I can relate to was BioShock for a second with the hand stuff.
Oh yeah, sure, with the plasmids and stuff,
Moira.
sure. And Moira, I guess. Yeah, those are the two.
Yeah.
Whereas,
only two things in video games that use their hands for stuff.
And Star Wars.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Lightning.
But so this looks great. This is also one of the ones that is a timed exclusive on PlayStation.
Yeah.
We're getting those again this generation, so get ready for that.
Can't wait.
Yeah, but it looks fantastic. I love the art style of this so much. I love how creepy a lot of the shit is. With the beheaded girls walking around and then
I was like, nah.
All the Slender Man style guys walking around.
Yeah, they're straight up Slender Man. I like how there's three of them. You're like, fuck these guys. You just blow them away.
Yeah, it's you think when you first see it, like, oh, these guys are gonna be the ones that fuck me up. It's gonna be almost like Shattered Dimensions. You gotta run high as survival. Nah, you just kind of like fuck it, and you're just kind of the one taking everything else on.
Yeah.
So
Shattered
cool.
Memories.
David,
you said shit.
No, this game looks fantastic. I'm fucking hyped for it.
I'm hyped.
I'm
hyped. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks really cool. It looks creepy, but I love when a trailer shows creepy stuff and then says, "Yeah, you see all that creepy shit? Just blow it away. You ain't scared of it." That's what I love about Doom. If you were playing just some normal average Joe and you're just trying to hide, then that game would be scary. But because you're a big tough boy Doom man, then you're like, "All right, I'm about to take the shotgun and
you're not. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me."
Hey, what's that classic Dolomite quote? Everybody, big fan of Dolomite. If anybody wants. You think you big and bad and ain't got no class? I'm about to rock this shotgun up your motherfucking ass.
Hell yeah.
That's
I like the idea. I like the idea where you're always above those ones and you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill you.
Hell yeah, about to rock some people. I love it.
Yeah, no, this looks great though. This is definitely a day one for me. I'm in 100%.
Same.
Next up,
it also felt like the first game to really show a true amount of creativity in this lineup. Just in terms of just how chaotic this game looks, it is absolutely fantastic.
Sure.
Yeah.
Next up is Hitman 3.
Hell yeah, Hitman 3, baby.
I need to play the first two.
Yeah, you can probably skip the first one.
It's in there, and I'm fine with it because they're all levels and they're all fine. But
they're all.
But Hitman is something I'm saving for the rainy day where I could tell it's something I'm just gonna fall in love with and just want to play just nonstop for a month.
Figure out different ways to take out the target, man. That's fun. Hey, I know a lot of people didn't like Absolution, but I enjoyed it. But Blood Money was really good. I didn't play a ton of Blood Money, but that was my first real. Because I played the other games, but that was the first time I really got into Hitman, and I played it on the original Xbox.
Hey, 1 and 2 were really well regarded, so I'm glad.
Especially 2. 2 is the one that really made it a franchise. Because one was only on. The first one was only on PC. Oh, I'm talking about the original.
I'm talking about the new ones where it's been kind
of. Yeah.
But shout out to IO Interactive. Getting independence from Square Enix and not only doing that, but also retaining the Hitman IP to be you know what, fuck it, we'll just keep doing it. We're doing it well, so good on you guys.
They've been doing it since the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it.
David, anything for Hitman?
Nah, I didn't really care for this. I got no love for Hitman.
Why?
So they're missing some games on here.
I have a different one up, so if you want me.
Do you want to get? Send me that one really quick because I'm gonna go through the smaller ones because we're pretty much only getting the big boys here.
Okay. So let me just see what you might have missed. Oh, you missed Destruction.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
That was after Sackboy.
Yeah, so that one, David, I don't know if you know, but that was the one I fucking popped off for. That looks like a lot of fucking fun. That's the that's the one where it's all the cars are going out there and you'll get knocked out of your car. That looks like a really fun time.
Oh, we missed Kino also. No, we did.
Yeah, the Destruction Derby one. That looks like that'll be kind of a great group call game where it's just kind of a fuck around game for a little bit. Not something I'd probably get like really into, but something where it's just like, yeah, at least it's not Overwatch.
It looks really, you love it. It looks really, really fun.
That looks like a lot of fun. I
don't see it being. Yeah, I don't see it being like just a play for a little bit game. That seems like it like just the way everything gets destroyed. Like it looks like when you're cutting things and stuff, it like cuts dynamically. So it's like actually, it reminded me of like Revengeance with its cut mechanic, where like wherever you cut it, and that right there, like that's what I think we love about Burnout so much is like the amount of detail and the destruction.
Right.
So. I don't know. I feel like that right there will make it more fun. Like I want to see how this one will fucking explode. And also, I love that you can run. When your car explodes, you can just get the fuck out of it and start running. I think that's great. At first, I wasn't. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought you were done.
No, I was just saying. At first, I wasn't with it because I'm like, I want it to be a car game. I don't want to see like a bunch of people running around too. But like after seeing it a little bit more,
it
couple
looks
more
like
times,
it'd be almost like a new Rocket League for us to kind of fuck around with for a while.
Oh yeah. Anyway, go.
TTV Rocket does Hitman 3 looks weird as fuck, but badass at the same time. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean a lot of the Hitman games kind of look weird, right? So.
That's fair. So let me go through some of these that we might have missed.
I have a few actually.
Yeah, you scroll down to the bottom right.
Right
after that, Astro's Playroom, which apparently comes attached to the PlayStation. Cool. I obviously everyone loves Astro, so he's getting titled in there. That way people look at it more.
Yeah.
Looks neat. Don't have much to say about that.
There's a couple of things we actually did miss in between Ghostwire and Sackboy, besides Destruction All Stars. I don't know if you
Solar Ash. Solar Ash is the game from the developer of Hyper Light Drifter. Look cool, but not enough shown for me to want to say I'm in.
Yeah, the art direction is gorgeous.
Art direction looks fantastic. I would expect that, but I need to see actual gameplay.
Yeah, running around stuff looked pretty smooth. Like it looked like you're kind of like skating along a little bit.
Right.
That's the guys that made Hyper Light Drifter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Godfall. We have more stuff on that, and I'm good. That doesn't look like something I'd like.
We'll see what the launch.
I'm a little disappointed, but it's still something that I'm willing to hold out for because it looks like it could still be up my alley. But
that trailer just I don't know what they were thinking. Like that does not like I haven't played it. Obviously, it's not out, so I don't know what the tone is. I can assure you, rap music won't fit with that tone. Like it's called Godfall. I'm assuming it's like some maybe even futuristic in a way where you're fighting gods and it has to be something to do with gods and the last thing I thought in my mind about when you're fighting taking down giant gods
is I am fucking
a god. That would fit better honestly than with the fucking music they picked, which sounded like the most generic rap music ever. I'm sure that's probably gonna upset somebody.
I already wasn't even into this game to begin with, so I'm like for sure unsold on that. I'm good.
It doesn't look like a next gen game is the problem. I mean, and that doesn't matter as long as it's fun. I don't care. Because I for sure none of the games on PS4 when it first came out besides Killzone look like next gen games.
Right.
No.
Knack like a PS5 game.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I'm still waiting for PS5 to come out so I can play Knack on its original platform. But anyway, yeah, it's just I don't know. That trailer did not sell me because I've already seen gameplay for it because it leaked. So I saw gameplay for it, but it didn't sell me. Like, I don't know. Like, it could be cool. I don't care. Next game.
Next is Jet the Far Shore, which is from Super Brothers.
That was probably the least excited I was during one of these trailers. Because it was very much like a very slow, kind of like, ooh, it's going to be like you're building up a kind of...
Yeah, I guess no, this is very... Again, I don't know. This is a weird one to show during like a big hype console reveal event, but if this was shown like a different one, I'd say it's got more appreciation for it. Super Brothers, fucking really good developers. Sword and Sorcery were the ones they made, or the game they made. But I'm looking forward to it. This one got me more than Solar Ash did, just because it showed me a little bit more. But it was interesting still.
Yeah.
Goodbye Volcano High was shown. See, I love the narrative stuff. Like that kind of stuff, I'm a big sucker for, but it felt maybe a little bit too melodramatic, or
I'm I'm not even. That's not my problem. Why the fuck are they dinosaurs? Like, what's the point?
I'm sure
Why?
it was just a setting, and that obviously with the setting of what they're trying to do at the end.
Why
obviously.
not cats? Why
it's
not
a musical?
Why can't it be like Night in the Woods, where it's like just a bunch of different animals and whatever, and it's quirky or whatever shit. I don't know. I didn't play it, but
I don't know. That's at least
it was a little too dramatic. Where it's just like I do like the premise that it looks like it's before the asteroid hits. So it's just like,
right before that. That's gonna be the ending. I think I'm like that's all that. But
I mean, that's might be the most obvious ending ever.
Yeah,
it's like watching the show Dinosaur. I'm like, I wonder how this is gonna end.
Right, but it felt a little bit too teeny bopper still for me. Like.
Yeah.
It felt like they could have gone a little bit more deeper with it, but again, that's me talking out here. Maybe it does do more, but for what it was, the impression didn't really kick me. That stuff's way up my alley. I love that stuff too.
Yeah, and art style looks good. It's just and I'm sure it's gonna be like really powerful, and the story's gonna be really well written, and I'm sure whoever made it and wrote it put years of work into it.
And someone's gonna cry.
It'll be something that when we're running out of games.
And I'll look up Rule 34 of all the dinosaurs, but for now, I'm not into it.
It'll be something that in 3 years, when we're trying to think of what else we can do for short games for the fan-voted Games Gone By episodes, it'll probably end up on that list, because it's all we can think of.
I've got infinite more games to knock out right now.
Yeah, like, well, name 4,500 right now.
Jesus.
You said infinite, so I want to hear it.
Yeah, back on the Atari 2600.
Yeah, there you go.
Next up is the final string of things before we hit the rest of the big ones is Kenna, the Bridge of Spirits.
Kenna, yep. Those spirits looked adorable as fuck.
I think it looks good.
Gordo, they look good.
Yeah, I eat them.
They reminded me of like the Soot sprites in Spirited Away.
Yeah, a little bit. I could see that, like a grown-up version where they actually had
this one didn't hit me at all. This one was a straight miss for me. Yeah, no.
It looks really good. I don't know. I don't agree.
I don't know.
I think it looks like.
I think
it's quite charming looking. I'm down for what it is.
Maybe
it looks like it reminds me of like back in the PS2 days where we get like platformers that are kind of mid-budget but would come out and were pretty good. Like, have you ever played like The Legend of K?
Whatever happened to that one fucking raccoon game that THQ Nordic was putting out? Did that game come out?
Biomutant, you mean?
Game? That came out, right?
No. You talking about Biomutant?
Yeah. Where's Biomutant at?
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, like Legend of K, have you ever heard of that game? Like, there's like stuff like that. That was actually pretty good. That's what it looks like. It looks pretty good.
I can't find it in here, but we're also missing one more. Actually, now I think about it.
I think where was I? Just saw it. Oh no! Of course, one of our favorite trailers, Oddworld.
No. We're not even that. We're missing that one where the dude took poop.
Oh, Little Demon Inside.
Yeah.
That was good. I like it. It looks like it's like two different stories. One is like an older dude, and you just like play him doing his. He gets coffee, takes a shit or whatever, and then you play the other guy who's just like a monster hunter or some shit, and he's just fighting monsters. It looks fun.
It looks very bizarre. Which is cool. I like that, but the art style looks really cool. I love that art style of it.
It's got kind of like a almost not really claymation, but kind of like a Tim Burton. It's like Tim Burton if he made like a Leica movie.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. I like that.
Yeah. There you go. I like Leica. I like a Leica.
Like that.
They didn't do anything.
So yeah. Okay. So.
They didn't care for it.
So yeah. No. One of the ones that caught the entire call of ours off fucking guard was Oddworld, and that was
Soulstorm.
That was. If you go back and look at our history of just reactions, and we get complaints about it that we talk too much, and we do. Yeah. That was one of the few that we all shut the fuck up. And just watched like that.
It was so weird too, because the original game it's pretty grim for the most part, but it's still like everybody's farting and like you hear like funny things, and you do hear in this trailer like someone goes holy shit or stuff like that.
That was the last thing that was said. It was holy shit, and Gore giggled, and then from then on the rest of the trailer was silence for all of us. We were just fucking like. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is going? It's so dramatic.
So if it sticks to that tone and goes for that, that's gonna be a big hit, I think.
I think it's going to. I think it's going to stay with that. I think because a lot of the other Oddworld games, even Stranger's Wrath for the most part, is pretty goofy and has like certain like Stranger's Wrath is just like a parody of a Western story. But it's really well done, obviously. But yeah, this one this seems like it's going pretty like you need to find your voice. He's about to cut his stitches that he's had since the first game. So it's like, whoa, I need to play the first game again. First game's really good.
Yeah, they're all out too.
They're all out. Yeah, new and tasty. Play that. That's the remake.
But what, Dave? Did you think of anything of it? Because we fucking loved it. I thought that looked incredible.
Oddworld is another series where I'm just like, I have never played any of the games and thought this is a bad game.
I feel like if you looked at this just out of nowhere, like as a first-time game, like as if not even knowing that Oddworld's a thing, I think this is a fantastic trailer.
Yeah. Adrian just played. You only played.
I played a little bit of Munch's Odyssey, and I played all the Stranger's Wrath, but Stranger's Wrath is not even like an Oddworld game, like with how these are going. So like I'm pretty new to this all series, but this thing looks fucking incredible.
Well, what I was saying is that like I've never played a game in the series that thought this is a bad game. It kind of goes into that same category of Ratchet and Clank for me, where it's like, yeah, I liked my experiences playing the games. I've never been like, I want more.
Yeah.
It looks good, but it's not something that I'm like, I'm thirsting for.
Okay.
Well. Can't win them all.
What are you gonna do? Sometimes you suck.
That was like that.
Try again, Laura Landing.
That next to one of the big ones that we're gonna talk about in a second were the two that were like way the bigger winners for me.
Oh, there's like 3 at the end I think are great.
Let's talk about this one for David's sake.
I rewatched. Yeah, Demon Souls.
Hell yeah!
I rewatched that trailer. It got me hyped. I might play it.
So
I don't know. Rewatching it by myself in 4K or not 4K. I don't have a 4K monitor, but 1080p non-compressed. I was like, all right.
I have no tie with the Soulsborne games. I really want to start playing them. I'm hoping I can start knocking some of those out sometime soon. I got a lot of stuff to play. Once I start knocking some out, I gotta play a lot. But that's something I definitely want to go through is play Dark Souls 1 through 3 and then do Bloodborne, because I think Bloodborne's gonna be the one I connect with more than Dark Souls. Yeah.
Honestly, you should probably just play Bloodborne. Actually, I think you connect with that more.
I know,
but a lot of people connect with Bloodborne way more.
Is that a better starting point and then going to Dark Souls after that, or is it Dark Souls?
Because they play differently. Like Dark Souls 3, if I remember correctly, had way more like when it comes to mobility, it felt a little bit quicker but Bloodborne was like really snappy when it comes to like.
Because you know the way I do things. I don't like to play the best one first. I like to play the ones that work myself up to the best one.
Right.
So I don't know if I'm gonna appreciate Dark Souls 1 through 3 afterwards. Also, I have Dark Souls 1 on Switch, so that's also a way I want to.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good game for Switch though. I feel like that's a game that if you want to break your fucking Switch against the wall, then you should play. Especially the controls with the Joy-Cons, I'm not a fan of really. And for a game like that, there's gonna be times where you you probably are okay with it, but like for me, there'll be times where I'm just like, I fucking hate this joystick, like playing games like this.
Yeah, imagine getting the Joy-Con drift in that game.
If you walk right off the fucking ledge and you lose all your souls and now you're undead and like fuck it, whatever.
Well, anyway, so Demon Souls we talked about this plenty of times on the podcast when we talked about Blue Point stuff. We've talked about bullshit with Blue Point and what they're making. I think the 2 leading rooms were always Metal Gear and Demon Souls. Demon Souls eventually making it out of there.
Makes sense. I mean, it makes sense because if I have a feeling if Metal Gear is happening, it's gonna just be Konami doing it, and that makes me a little worried.
And also, it makes sense because Demon Souls is a game stuck on PS3.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's never gonna.
You can't play it online anymore. Like the online is done.
So that's a game that's kind of lost in time, or will continue to be lost.
And
in
also,
time.
I heard the frame rate is garbage in that game at times. Like when giant. I heard
it can't chug. It can chug. There are some areas that definitely get bad.
Where Metal Gear is like perfect still. I haven't played Metal Gear Solid in a long time.
Also, Souls just since Demon Souls have gone. It's its own genre now. Yeah. So it's cool to kind of like go back to the roots.
And those
to a game that a lot of the Souls fans still regard as their favorite one.
Yeah, and those games are huge now. They sell ton. Like Sekiro was one of the best selling games of last year, right? In like the top 20 or something, which is crazy. If you said Sekiro,
Game of the Year, baby.
And Game of the Year, yeah. I still forgot actually. But yeah, no, it's cool. So Demon Souls, I thought it was a good trailer too.
Yeah, I'm absolutely fucking hype. I had sunk like 200 some odd hours in Demon Souls, and I was working on getting the platinum when the fucking online kind of went out for it. just because there was a couple materials that I needed to grind for, and I need to do like fucking 13 new game pluses to get all the materials. I was just like, fuck that. But no, absolutely fantastic fucking game. I can't wait to see what they do with it.
Right.
But,
next game up is what I call the most gore-ass game at this is Deathloop.
Hell yeah, Deathloop looks fucking sick. Because when they showed it at Bethesda's last year, I was like, because they didn't show any gameplay, so I was like, what is it though? It's Arcane, so I can only assume it'll probably be similar to Dishonored. Because Prey had some of that, and of course Dishonored 1 and 2 were Dishonored. So this game looks fucking great. I can't wait for this game. It looks so fun, just going into a place, whipping people around with your abilities, blinking in. It looks like what I wish Dishonored would have at times, which would be, and you could play it like this, but there's times where you shouldn't, because you want to get like your best score possible or whatever in Dishonored. But I wanted a more fast-paced version of Dishonored, like one where it's like, yeah, go in there and fuck them up. And this one looks like it's like really about the action and just getting in there and just killing people, way more than Dishonored is. And that's awesome, because it looks like, at least the way they're showing it, looks like, yeah, you're going in there, you're using all your abilities, killing all these people or whatever they are, and just all the while there's an assassin trying to kill you, another assassin, a rival assassin, and you're also stuck in a death loop. So whenever you die, you go back, I guess. Which I'm assuming is just going to work like a checkpoint system. I'm assuming, but I don't know.
Yeah, no. I when they first revealed this trailer, the trailer for this game way back when, I was like, this could be kind of neat. But after watching it in motion, oh fuck, everything about this game. I love the aesthetic of it. I love the mood, and the gameplay just looks so freaking tight and fun. I can't wait to get my hands on this one.
I love the little that little opening too. So good.
Yeah. The little animations are really good. I love them. They remind me of like an old spy, like kind of maybe James Bondish kind of like. It almost reminds me of like a not Spy versus Spy, but like just like little like animated intros you'd see in like older spy films, which is really cool. And yeah, I really like pretty much everything about the gameplay that I've seen, and I love that it has that Arcane look to it. I like Arcane style. I know some people don't, but like the character models look a little bit, I guess, not jaggy is it's their style, so it's just like kind of
it's got more cartoony aesthetic than just if they made it look realistic.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that in Dishonored 1 and 2. And I liked it in Prey. The Prey had it too. So
all right. Next up, one of the big ones.
Yeah.
NBA 2K21.
Hell yeah, man. You saw that sweat?
Yeah, we forgot about that one, but yeah, that was the thing. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, no, we should mention that graphically it looks really great. It's just that they only show one dude, so
and not even like gameplay, so like
I don't ever get these sports games because they always do like, look at the grass. I'm like, I'll never see the fucking grass. I'm like 20 miles up in the sky. I can't see them. Like, I get it. It's cool. And there's going to be close-ups sometimes where you see the players. So it'll be like, oh, cool. I get to see the sweat. But like, they're emphasizing the sweat so much. You're never going to be that close to a character to see the sweat beads fly off of the guy. But whatever. It looked nice. Anyway, let's get on to the actual thing.
All right. This one, which we didn't really catch us off guard, but it did catch us off guard for like a quarter second, and then it still shouldn't have, because we knew about the leaks where it was called that, so it was like whatever.
What? We did? I didn't know about the leaks.
Yeah, there was rumors, not leaks, but there were always rumors going in that
what
we're going to talk about is Resident Evil 8 Village, is that this was codenamed Village, or
gonna be actually. I think it's just called Resident Evil Village, actually.
I hope it's called H, because I want to keep.
Well, they did like what they did with 7, they highlighted the letters to make the 8.
Right. Well, if you look at the trailer in the description below, it says Resident Evil Village. It doesn't have like.
That's the way Polygon has, or Watch the Post has it now too. So
it'll be called 8 when it comes out.
Anyway, fantastic, and Gore called it. Gore's the one that pointed out first.
Because at first I was like, no, and then I saw the indentations where fucking VIII will go, and I'm like, you're not fucking fooling us again, you son of a...
Also, like there were moments like the character models looked very RE Engine stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But also like
you can see the umbrella logo. I didn't even notice it.
I didn't notice that either.
And I didn't even know that was Chris at the end, because I think someone, it might have been me, talked over Ethan
that was him. Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Also, I'm trying to ignore a lot of that because I still need to play 7. I'm going to play like I'm going to do a fucking giant, because I have 2 and 3. I'm not going to go back 2 and 3 because I just did them. But I am going to do a giant 0, 1, jump to. I'm just gonna do them. I'm gonna fucking just play the whole thing. Fuck it. I have them.
Zero you shouldn't play.
Yeah, but I have them. Fuck it.
You should play 1 first and then go to 0. Actually,
okay.
I think that'd be anyway.
But so yeah, so this is there, and yeah, so people our call, if you go back to it, is like, oh, it looks very different, but that was the leading rumor, was that this was a large departure from what we were dealing with and all that stuff. And yeah, it is. Like, we have fucking werewolf. All right. So like stuff like that is gonna be fucking incredible. But yeah, I love the psych outs that Resident Evil has been doing with us, both with 7 and 8. Awesome times. And it looks like it's gonna kind of be a finale of sorts, like the way they say the story comes to an end.
Yeah, they're talking about Ethan, or they're talking about Chris. That's the question. Or they're talking about the merchant. Maybe he'll be in there. Maybe that's maybe
he had his end a lot of times in 4 for me.
Yeah, for you. I played it once, and I think I shot him once, and when he disappeared, I was really upset. I was like, no. I only beat Resident Evil 4 once.
Oh,
I got like halfway through two more times later, but then that was it. Dude. I know a lot of people beat that game like 50.
I've done it way too many times to count, but man, when they announced Resident Evil 4 remake, and
yeah, when I was a kid, I felt like beating it was an accomplishment. And I was like, I'm not doing that again. Not that it was the hardest game,
even
but
though there's like, here's
I'm a little pussy boy, so it's like playing the original Resident Evil games was hard enough.
Dude, well, the good thing about Resident Evil 4 is when you do Game Plus, and you have like unlimited ammo, you get the Chicago typewriter, you get the unlimited rockets, and you're just fucking plowing through everything.
That's true, though. That is fun.
Next up was a game that knocked us off. Oh, David, do you have anything to say about Resident Evil?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm interested by it. I still need to actually finish Resident Evil 7. I started playing that when it first came out, and then I just got distracted by other things, so I never finished it. But I love the atmosphere and tone that they're showing this trailer. This is the game that made me go, what, though? Because zombie werewolf, is that kind of the aesthetic I was getting from what they were showing off there? Like, I'm kind of confused a little bit about that.
The whole series has had weird infected. Dude, you fight an infected alligator in one of them, so it's like whatever. Actually, you fight an infected alligator a couple times, but it's because you do in 1, I think, and then you do kinda in 6. Was it an alligator? What did we fight that one time, Adrian, in the sewers where we're playing like Leon and the girl, whatever her name is?
I've zoned Resident Evil 6 out of my head for
me too. I remember us being like, okay, and then just out of nowhere a giant monster showed up, and we're like, what? This is like came out of nowhere.
We need to play that co-op. When I'm blazing through these, we need to do that co-op. That'd be a good co-op stream, I think.
Sure, we can do that. But yeah, no, like the trailer I think looks great, and Resident Evil. I was putting 4 up because I beat Resident Evil 7 4 times. That's why I have yet to do the.
That's when you're a big boy and you're not scared of any zombies.
After the first time playing it, it's not really that scary. It's just fun. It's a really fun game. All the characters, the family that you're in that house with are all great.
I do. That game is scary as hell the first time you're playing. It's very creepy.
Oh yeah. In VR, shit. I couldn't play any
VR. Fucked up just because I got so much sickness.
You could watch. Yeah, I did, but I was a pussy, so I stopped. But you can watch me I did a gore plays for it where I got 30 minutes in, and I was just like, all right, I think that's good enough. I was like, I'm done. And I played maybe a little bit more by myself. I was like, no, I'm good. I'll just play it normally, and then I did. So. I beat it like 4 times. I love that game. It's really fun.
I'm excited too. That's the one I'm for sure super excited to hit. This one threw our call off because we thought we knew what it was, but it wasn't. Is Pragmata.
Oh yeah.
It was giving us some Kojima vibes for a second.
Definitely.
And we were like, as soon as we saw the cats, you could see like the insides of it. We're like, oh, that's fucking Kojima. Like, this is weird. And I don't understand it.
I look at the soldier guy.
Yep. But
yeah.
And see, and even watching posts as the trailer was so cryptic, we almost thought it was a tease for a new Hideo Kojima game.
Which I wouldn't have been surprised if it was that quick with a new tease. Like, anyway.
Oh, this is the game. Case mentioned, this is the game that the Dead Space writer's on.
Oh, okay.
The Dead Space writer was talking about how he was excited to show off his game that he's been working on forever today, and this is the game from Pragmata.
Okay.
Cool. Not that much to say. It was a trailer. I try to get too hyped off just trailers that without any sort of like basis of it, But it was cool.
No, but it definitely has my attention.
I agree.
Yeah, mine too. You're on the moon. That's cool.
All right, and final game. Horizon Forbidden West.
Yes. Horizon 2.
I have not played the original Horizon. I plan to still one day eventually.
Yeah, supposedly you can get through that game pretty quickly if you just skip all the useless side content in the game. So I might just do that. I heard the side content's pretty useless, so I might actually do it because originally I wasn't going to, but this game looks really gorgeous, and I did want to play the original. It just came out at the wrong fucking time.
One of us should have made that a Games Gone By earlier. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's still like
22 main story plus extra is 44.
Yeah, that's it. I'm probably gonna skip most of the side shit if I play it.
I do want to play the Frozen Wilds though.
Yeah, that's probably like another 10, 15 hours though. But that's the thing. Like it came out the same time as like not Wind Waker. Wind of the Breath or whatever. And I'm like,
I'm sorry, Zelda's getting the attention there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like there's no way in hell Horizon. I mean, you got dinosaur men. That's cool, but still, or robot dinosaurs. Which at least they're not romancing each other. That's good.
But it looks good. As did the first one. Looks really good. Can't really say too much than I do want to play the first. I will play this. I will play the first though.
Yeah. I probably will too at this point.
Anyway.
Unless it comes out this year. Then.
And finally, before we take off, we had to talk about the box.
The backs. All right, this is gonna be the big one. Oh wait, how about David? What do you think of Horizon?
What would you? Oh yeah, Horizon.
I liked that it basically had like the meme crabs in it. That was kind of cool. But
I think that's what you took out of it.
This was a mistake.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's talk about the box.
All right.
So
it looks like they cut the PS4 in half and put a vest on it.
It looks like a router. It looks like a PS2 inside of a binder.
Does it have a vest skull? I'll donate to it.
So, yeah, no, this it's very different from what I was expecting. This feels very like fan mock-up design stuff because it has that very futuristic look to it that you would not expect out of a console right out of the gate.
It feels like they went too modern aesthetic with it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I've been washing on whether or not I'm okay with it or not. Like, I personally, I tell everyone I don't give a fuck. Ultimately, the thing plays the games. That's all I needed to do. It looked a lot. When I looked at it initially, I didn't really think about it. I was like, damn, this looks pretty slim too. That thing's a hefty, tall boy. That thing is very, very tall from what.
Yeah, it's taller than the
taller
Xbox.
than the Series X. It's taller than the PS4 Pro. So
taller than me.
Yeah.
It's taller than my door. How am I gonna get in?
But yeah, so it's very weird. You got to keep it standing up. Like if you put it vertical or horizontal, it's gonna look bad because you got to add the little disc onto it.
It looks like something's eating a system. Like if you look at it, it looks like something's devouring it.
It looks like a Last of Us cyst or something.
Yeah, it looks like a cyst. I do agree with that. It does also look like something else with those two things on the top.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of like the look of the development kit a lot more.
No, I think that looked garbage to the V. No.
Yeah,
I like it at least had a unique aesthetic to it. Where this
one does too.
Well, this one technically has the V still. It's just like it's almost hourglass shape, but kind of V.
I don't like it.
It's not like the dev kit, no. But I'm just saying.
I'm definitely not a fan of loving it. I think the controller looks great. The controller looks fantastic. I think. The console looks a little bit too Alienware for me.
Yeah,
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
It looks like a little bit because the problem, like right now, dude, the Xbox One X is a sexy console.
Yeah.
That thing looks
very
fucking
simple.
Fantastic.
It looks
slick.
It's funny because it's not the most unique looking one, but because of the shape it is
looks fucking clean though. I love it.
Yeah. It's clean, simple, but it's also because it's shaped differently. It's unique.
Right.
So,
the PS4 Pro still looks a little bit too video gamey just because of how tall and how hefty it is.
Yeah, it's like three stacks now.
3 stories tall.
Yeah, so it's like a hamburger.
I loved what we got when we first got that announced. It was like, oh, it's PS4 with just an extra stack on it.
Yeah, it's put another stack of PS4 on it.
And the Series X, it's not aesthetically pleasing, but it gets the job done.
Yep.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a thick boy too.
It will. It should.
The PS5 is a tall boy. This one's a thick boy, but I don't know. It looks a little bit too overly gamer for me, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like You know how like someone with a small dick would get a really nice car? It's like that.
Shots fired to Sony.
I'm gonna buy it too. So what does that say? I got a small dick.
Also, it is interesting they came out with the all digital version because that's the thing that Microsoft's been rumored to be having with Lockhart, and they kind of beat them to the punch of announcing Lockhart. Which, to be fair, let's be honest, the internet would have been like, "Oh, fucking Microsoft with the dumb." So the good thing Sony did that because now everyone's like, "Oh, that's cool. I love the digital."
Oh, I love it. It's great.
I mean, it makes sense though, because I know one of the things that they were really struggling with is trying to get a specific price point. We still don't know really what the price point is.
Expensive. It's gonna be a pricey one.
Yeah.
So I will say this, as a fan of for sure above both you guys, like a leading fan of this podcast of going digital on all games I can. Yeah. I think it's a mistake to go all digital into this next gen right out the gate like that, because you're gonna look at some big ass sized games, and those games are gonna fill up your hard drive so quick, and you're gonna have to be uninstalling and reinstalling a lot of shit pretty often. I think that's a bad choice, but if you want to do it, go for it. But yeah, so what were we talking about right before that?
The console.
Oh, the price. It's gonna be expensive. I think it's gonna be $600. I would be surprised if it hit lower than that. I could see the all digital version being $500.
I'm gonna go $700.
I can't see them trying to do more than $550 unless they finally come out and say, "Hey, we're now also doing full backwards compatibility."
No, there's a reason why you didn't get priced right now. Let me tell you that right now. It's because you ain't hitting no 500.
No, he said he can't see any less than 550.
Yeah, less than 550. I don't think
that's the least it'll go.
Yeah, I could see maybe them trying to go with 550.
I could see 500 for just the digital. Yeah, I could see that. I'm thinking 700, but I could see 600. I'm thinking 700 though. I'm thinking it's gonna be a.
I could see 700 if they go ahead and say, "Here's your full backwards compatibility. The last 5 generations you can now play on this."
No, it's not happening. I can promise you. If that was the thing happening, they would have announced that shit way back when.
Oh, they're saving it? Like they're saving God of War next week?
I genuinely feel like, because we've seen the patents for it, I feel like it's something that they've been working on, but just haven't perfected to the extent that Microsoft has.
You're not getting PS3 stuff.
We need PS3 stuff at the very least.
No, it's gone.
It's gone. If anything, we should get PS2 stuff because there's actually, some games on the PS2 and PS3. PS3, everything that's good went to the PS4 anyway. So what the fuck's the point?
Yeah, Demon Souls.
All the Uncharted games, there you go. PS5, there you go, even better. But like all the Uncharted games are on PS4. I guess Grand Theft Auto, Resist. No.
I know.
Wait, you said good though, so that threw me off. Because the Resistance is fine, but nothing.
Metal Gear Solid.
Folklore.
5's on there. Folklore.
Fuck y'all. That's a great game.
No, I can promise you, there's no way back compatibility is happening, especially if they've not pushed that. If they would either stay quiet about it completely and saved it for the end, or they would have mentioned it by now. They would not let Microsoft run away with that narrative of full back compatibility without them stepping in there and saying, "Hey, us too."
But Adrian, Folklore.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you didn't think about that, did you? You son of a bitch.
I think that's $600. I think it's $600.
I'm gonna say $10,000, and it'll sell out, and it'll make so much money for them, and they'll make another Uncharted game, and everybody will be happy.
David, what's the price you're saying on this thing?
$20.
Kyle has a bet with me saying that the mainline model with the disc version is $5 or we have $5 bet saying that's $500. There's no way.
You never know, because they will. Usually, when it comes to their consoles, they do lose money, and they get them
that much money though, especially with Corona going on. Like they're losing money already.
But the subscription service, man.
Exactly. The subscription service is something that they're working towards increasing. Plus, they've already been starting to allow their IPs to go ahead and go to PC. So maybe they're a little bit less inclined to kind of worry as much about the console initially. I feel like 550 would be that kind of sweet spot for it.
550 looks like a gross number, though.
Yeah, 550 is a
gross number. All right, I'm gonna say 500.
Oh, got your ass. You gross.
Let's say 500.
You really think for the full model, not the all digital?
For the digital,
yeah.
You're
because
wild.
I don't think $100 difference is because a disc drive doesn't cost that much, right?
No, not at all.
Adding a disc drive doesn't.
No,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's a Blu-ray disc drive.
That's
I guess,
the way
right?
they make
so
their
that
money,
might be a little more. I get it, but if they take it out, then
it's not gonna drop it that much, but it's a cheaper option to make it look like you're saving money.
But then like if you want to borrow a game, then you're fucked. Like, why would you might as well pay the $50 extra just to get the fucking disc one?
Saying that, but I mean,
anybody though. What the fuck? What grandma will buy it for their dumb grandkid? I was about to say son. Like they're like 40 years old. Grandma's like 90.
I don't know. I still stand hard that it's $600.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to pay that, but I don't want to pay anything. I wish I could get it for free. You hook me up.
Sony and Microsoft?
Yeah, I'll switch this to a Sony logo.
Until Microsoft offers you one, they'll put it back.
I'll put it right next to each other. Maybe.
Harmony.
They can live in harmony.
All right.
Live in harmony.
Anyway.
I think 600 is probably where it's going to be at, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's 700.
I could see a 700 2TB version.
Sure. I think it's just going to be a 2TB.
No.
Especially the digital one has to be fucking 2TB. Because you're gonna need some hard drive.
Maybe the way they offset it, I guess. Maybe it's no hard drive and they save the money to add a bigger hard drive in there.
And it is going to be SSD, right? So that's expensive.
Yeah, it's an M2 variant.
So if it's expensive and it's a 2TB and the fucking everything inside it costs a lot and 700,
all right,
might not be far off.
David is 500. I say 600. Gore says 600.
Maybe 700 though.
All right,
I'll say 600.
That's the podcast.
That's it.
Once again, Games Gone By schedule is June 26th, Nier Automata, July 31st, Shadow of the Colossus, August 28th, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. Any events, any of these big reveals that we have that aren't necessarily the IGN Summer of Gaming, you can probably tune into Gore's YouTube page or my Twitch page, and we'll probably be reacting to them. Tune in on Saturdays and Sundays for me to stream stuff. You can see a schedule on my Twitch page. Tuesdays as well. We record these podcasts on Thursdays. Time varies. I'm not going to put a time date on it. Usually sometime around 6, 7, or 8 o'clock Pacific time is around where we're recording. And that's it.
That's it. Done. Fuck off. Xbox, your turn.
Eat ass.
Eat butt.